is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Next Podcast. It is Thursday night. It is a little after 7 because, we're never on time, and you know what that means. Shout out to the chat. What is going on, people? It is good to see you guys here, and tonight is a celebration. The new generation has begun for a lot of gamers out there. Shout out to all the gamers, all the people I follow and that follow me out there on Twitter who have gotten their hands on these new consoles, sharing out pictures, video clips, stuff like that. It has been incredible the last couple days to see all the stuff you guys are showing on social media. With that being said, I feel like this is going to be an awesome show. I think we got some awesome topics. You got people that are really going to share kind of like their experiences and their thoughts when it comes to these new consoles. Not only that, we got some news as well. Certain consoles have picked up addictive habits like vaping, I guess. Other consoles seem to have an issue remembering things. Like their memory seems to be kind of messed up in places. There's a lot to talk about, guys. So, before we get into the intros, if you haven't done it yet, hit that thumbs up button. Share the show out on whatever social media you go to talk games, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter, wherever you go to talk games. Let the gamers know that this show is on right now. And if they haven't checked it out, they definitely need to check it out. What is up, Sean Murray? Brother, I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time. What's going on, bro? Just to let you know, I did send a link to somebody who said that, if he was out of work on time, he might be coming in. So, be on the lookout for a certain person who's not a part of the panel member, not a part of the panel. Might be jumping in to like hang out with us and stuff like that. Not even the panel knows about this. So, but with that being said, we got to get into the intros, and I am gonna start with that hardcore Gears fanatic. That's right, guys. We can talk about grandmas, and somehow he can take that topic and put Gears of War into it. My brother Crispy, what is up, bro?
What is going on? The turkeys have destroyed my back. So thank you, Gobbles. Holidays suck for meat cutter. I'm telling you right now. So that's what's up with me. But it's great to be here.
Why are you cutting the turkey when the turkey's supposed to be cut by the people in the house? I don't understand. Or just lifting the turkeys.
Lifting the turkeys.
Okay. All right.
These are all 50+ pound boxes, bro. So this is not like imagine like 1,000 of them I have to lift every day. That's just it. My back is like, yo, you done, bro? And I got to go back there at like 3:00 in the morning. Fun. But yeah, that's the life. I'm glad to be here. Get my mind off that stupid BS. So let's do it.
Nice, brother. Well, it is always good to have you on. Yo, shout out to the chat. We got people talking about. We got Steel Rain in the chat. What is up, brother? He is going to be a future guest on this show. If I can lock him down to come on to the show, he's definitely going to be a future guest. But he said facts. Like, where's Marcus's grandma? That's crispy right there, man. He could bring anything to Gears. We can talk about bug snacks, and he can bring Gears into it and somehow make it relevant. Not relevant. Relevant to the topic.
Revenant? That was a good movie.
Well, guess what, guys? Next on the list is my brother from the Lone Star State. Everything is bigger down there in Texas, which is why he is waiting for his Ps5 to come in right now. Predator, what is up, bro?
Not much, man. Yeah, I'm sitting here watching the door, hoping nobody snagged my shit already. Because, as later as the day gets, you start thinking, like, man, I wonder if someone, took my shit from my front doorstep.
You'll hear the flatbed coming up for when they pull it off.
The back of the truck. It's not here yet. But yeah, so I'm just here chilling, playing a lot of Assassin's Creed. I'm about 25 hours in already. So.
Wow, dude! But you've done that. You've done that with Origins. You've done that with what's the one after Origins? Odyssey. You've gone in on the newer ACs, right?
Yeah, I usually knock them out in about a week. I might actually finish this one. I'm off this week, so I might actually finish this by Sunday.
All right.
I want
got you.
I want 100% it, but I'll at least have the main story done. So.
All right, brother.
Sure.
All right. And then when you get that PS5, you're gonna play that Game of the Year Bug Snacks, right? When that comes out, man. Like when you get
It
that.
matter who. Can't wait.
Oh shoot! Yo, shout out to Lady Foxfire in the chat. She was like, "Someone say Gears." Yo, that's all, guys. That's all I have to do to get Lady Foxfire in the chat. I just gotta mention Gears. All right, I got this now. I will be saying Gears at the beginning of every show just to have Lady Foxfire in the chat. What is going on, girl? It is great to see you. Next on the list, he is my West Coast brother. And I can't wait to talk to him about his next-gen console because if you've been following the show, you know which one he was actually able to get. And I have been calling it the Unicorn because it's probably the hardest one to get out of all of them. But what is up, Dark Optimus? How you doing, bro? Dark, that's you, Dark.
Oh,
Dark.
hey,
Too busy playing Astrobot.
well, hold on. I think my internet.
Oh, is he fading away?
That Wi-Fi 6 on that PlayStation 5 is
It's-
fucking nuts.
Yo, his modem's got battery life like that DualSense controller has. Guys, they're just jokes, people. I am just playing.
Alrighty.
You know me.
I'm
I am
back.
King Neutral, okay? King Neutral.
I am back, by the way.
All right, you didn't hear any of that, did you?
No, dude, I didn't hear any
All
of
right,
it.
so
I'm glad I didn't.
We'll just leave it at that then, man. What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. I mean, I'm happy today. I mean, I was a little bit like, what the fuck, FedEx? But then at the same time, I was like, well, it makes sense because they're just trying to get everybody their PS5s and stuff. So yeah, it's been a good day, man. I mean, we'll get into it,
Yeah, we'll definitely. You were ready to dive right in, bro.
I was, man. I'm ready to dive right in, dude.
Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Check this out. K Mega said he's gonna be a little late. He is running errands.
here.
Oh,
He's
is
here.
here?
Yeah.
Dude, how come it's not showing up on my little tab? But okay. Well, I get to introduce the man himself. Coming live from the 405, and he is the creator of the GRG podcast. My brother, K Mega. What is going on, bro?
Woo! First off, let me just say this, man. I gotta give a huge shout out to the Don and to I don't know, to names unknown. I'm gonna say bad mother. You know what I'm saying? And people that know people that know people. I finally get my ex, and it will be arriving Saturday. So I am
nice.
elated. Finally, after the grind, the looking, the searching, I finally came up on one. So I'm thoroughly excited, and yeah, we're ready to get to it, man.
Nice, brother. Well, at least for this episode, you're gonna be in the same camp I'm in right now. So I'm not gonna feel absolutely lonely. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
shout out to you, man, because you've been with me from the beginning, and you're even in the current gen house right now.
Yes,
when it comes down to it. So
yes. And what was crazy is that I even I'm saying I was going to get a PlayStation later. And I see people out here having the same type of issues and things like that. I went to the first store that I went to for the Series X, and they had some available. The digital, they had it available. And I was like, should I pull the trigger? And I was like,
oh, the Series S?
No, the digital for the
PS5?
PlayStation.
Oh, PS5.
Yeah, the digital PS5. And I said, what? It put it in the cart and everything.
That's
And
the
the only thing I had to
unicorn,
do was
bro.
get it. I was like, I'm going to get it. And I was like, I can't.
You could have sold that for
can't.
2 golden goose eggs, man. I swear.
I'm not. We'll definitely talk about that, but I'm not like that. I'm not like that at all. But I was like, well, I'll be damned. I was like, why I couldn't get that luck before? But you know what? It just, I'll just say God is good. Things happen for a reason. And so that PlayStation is deserving to somebody who really wants it more than I do. And I hope that they had the opportunity to get it. So.
Nice. And I see old friends getting reacquainted right now when it comes to Crispy and Christopher Hart in the chat. I see it's all good right now. It's all good right now. Let's see how the chat goes going into the middle of the show. But again, shout out to the chat. If you haven't done it yet, hit that thumbs up button, share this out, and we are about to go in. We are celebrating a new generation of consoles, the PS5, the PS5 all digital, the Xbox Series S, and the Xbox Series X. So, I'm going to spread this across the panel. Who on the panel has ordered and has received a PlayStation 5 on the panel?
I have, for sure.
Okay, so we got Dark, and of course Predator's waiting on it. K Mega saw one, and then he was like, "Nah, I'm good right now." So, all right, well, Dark, we're leading with you tonight, man. We are definitely leading with you. So, you've been able to put in some quality time with the PlayStation 5, right?
Just a little bit. I mean, it's not too much, but there's just been a little bit of time with it.
Okay. Well, which one did you get? Did you get the one with the disc drive, or you get the all digital?
I got the all digital one.
The unicorn.
I don't know why, but the all digital one just kind of, I don't know, like it looked sleeker to me.
Okay.
And then the disc drive one. I mean, I know that a lot of people, they want to play their physical media. I understand that, but like, I've been going digital probably since
that long ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Ever since Sunset Overdrive came out. How about that?
Pretty much, yeah. Right around that time. Yeah, I went all digital pretty much. I mean, I did dabble into physical here and there for a little while after that, but not as much as I have been with digital. Like I've just been going straight digital for all my games, simply because here in California they don't charge us taxes on digital content. So any games that we buy, they're if they're $69, well, since the PlayStation 5 games are $69.99 right now, I only have to pay the $69.99. I don't have to pay the extra tax, sales tax, and stuff like that. So that's the beauty of it. And plus, also, I get to play it like at 9 instead of 12. So I mean, there's benefits, and then there's also there's also cons to it as well. Because you don't get the physical media, you don't get to share it with your friends, things like that. But yeah, man, I'm honestly the console is freaking huge, man. Like it literally takes up almost my entire freaking entertainment center, dude. Like it's so big, man.
Dude, you know what's fun? You know what's funny about that, bro? You know what's funny, because I knew we were going. I knew there was a chance that you were the only one that had time with the PS5, and when asking kind of like your thoughts and stuff, I was gonna say, and there's one part that we all know is true, and if you try to ignore that part, you're just trying to be soft for PS5, man. That's all.
Yeah, you can't ignore it. It's huge. It's big, but it's awesome looking. Like it looks cool. Like I think it's the coolest looking console I've seen. But it's like, is that really that matters? Not really. Like it's cool looking, but it doesn't really matter. It's quiet. I will say that. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot quieter than the PS4 Pro and the PS4. So I mean, that's
guys.
the beauty of it.
I think he's messing with us, man. I think
like it's on right now. I'll even go up to it. You can't even hear it. I don't think you can hear it at all. So
no, I don't hear anything.
Yeah, you can't hear it at all.
Holy crap! They did it, guys.
Yeah, they finally did it. I mean, what can I say? Like, I haven't really gotten into too many games. I got into Astro's Playroom, and honestly, can I just say this right now? It's probably the best, like addition. Like when the Wii came out, and you got Wii Sports, packed in game.
Best free game.
It's the best free game. best free game I've played. Like it's absolutely so much fun. It's it's a platformer. It's got it's got homage to the PlayStation family. It's a lot of fun. Honestly, I would even think that you would like it, Bot, because you like platformers, and I think you would actually like this game. Because it's like a game,
Well,
it's
dude,
an
just
actual game.
send
which
over
is
the
awesome.
limo. Send over the limo. I'll hop in and I'll go right over to your house, man, and we'll rock out, dude.
We'll rock out, bro. What can I say about the controller, though, man? I mean, honestly, it's hard to explain if you don't have it in your hands. But like, you can
That's what she
feel
said.
pretty much. You can feel pretty much everything that is going on in a game. Like the rumble in like the adaptive triggers. Like, honestly, I might actually agree with Crispy on this. Like, I feel like some people might actually break their controller if they press too hard on the adaptive controllers. But I mean the adaptive triggers. But it feels nice. Like it almost feels like when you feel the tension, you can it'll let you know, like you can feel it. The controller itself, like it feels like a mix of a PS4 Pro or PS4 controller and a Xbox controller, which I mean is good. I mean that's the beauty of it. I mean the grips on the back, like the gripping on the back is really nice.
I think it's cool that they use kind of like the square, circle, triangle,
Yeah,
cross. It's not X,
And
it's cross.
You really can't see it unless you like went with a magnifying glass and went right up to it, and you'd be able to see it. But yeah, you can't really see that part of it. It's a really good controller. I mean, it's heavy duty. It's
Dude, well, I gotta ask you, like, how many hours have you had with the system so far? Like a couple, a few?
I would say about maybe 3 or 4 hours,
3 or
somewhere
4?
around there.
And what is your
Yeah.
battery? What's your battery life like on your DualSense right now?
Right now it is.
Or are you playing plugged in?
It's at 2 bars right now.
Out of 4?
So, out of 4 hours, yeah.
And you said you've been playing for like
2
3
bars.
hours, right?
About that, yeah.
Okay. Well, you're playing a game, and you're also playing a game that uses the DualSense very heavily as well. You know what I'm saying? So, so you're looking at 3 hours and you got about halfway. I mean, that's not that bad, man. It's not that bad.
It's not too bad. I mean, honestly, I mean, of course, I have a external device, an external battery that I can plug it into, so that's not a big deal. What else did I pick up with the console? I picked up a headset, one of the Steel series, like I use for podcasting, so I picked up one of those.
See, I like annoying people with sound coming through, like the sound bar and the TV.
Oh yeah, I
don't like headsets.
Mine's really the only reason why I got it is because at night I don't want to like disturb my roommate. Like I just I don't want to like have him, like,
by roommate he means his parents. People.
You're crazy.
You wake up my roommates. Don't you mean your parents?
God.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's what I
That's
said.
in here already. Jesus.
But I mean, honestly, I'm excited to jump into Miles Morales and Demon Souls and even Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I haven't been able to jump into those yet. I mean, I think right now, Miles Morales is at 80%. And I think it's really just because my internet is not very good.
How long have they been loading for, sir? How long has it been? Like that 3 hours?
Well, you got to remember, I have the digital version, so I have to download the fifth thing from. But I'm also playing on it, so it's probably taking a little bit longer. But yeah, I mean about 3 hours. Yeah, it's taking a while, man. It is definitely it's taking a while, unfortunately. But I mean,
dude, you got to move to the East Coast, brother. I'm sorry, you got to.
Yeah,
come
I know.
to Connecticut, bro.
But
the internet here in California is just it's terrible. Everybody's on it.
That's
at,
so weird.
at
You
all
don't pay
times of
tax.
the hour.
You don't pay tax
Yeah.
for digital purchases, but there is a very good chance that in the future, half of California is going to fall into the ocean. So it's give and take. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, that's the problem with it is that
Hopefully you could buy digital scuba gear. You won't have to pay taxes
Yeah.
for it. You know?
yeah. Well, I mean, especially since our taxes are really high here, like I think $69.99 for a game would be like almost $77, with tax if you bought it physically. So like that's why I was like, man, I'm just gonna go get the digital version, and then when I get the Series X, I'll just if I want to buy a physical game, I can.
Yeah,
off of
that makes total sense though, because like you probably have enough for like half a game, like right off rip buying the 3 games. You know what I mean? Just on digital.
Right.
That makes total sense. Absolutely.
Right. Exactly. So,
Now-
but yeah, it's a fun console, man. I mean,
Dark, what do you
what
think?
I played so far.
What do you think about the user interface? Like, I've watched videos and stuff. I think it's an improvement over the PS4.
Actually, I know the person who made the UI.
Oh, excuse
So-
me.
Yeah.
Can you introduce us at some point in time?
I cannot. No.
Why not? I would introduce you. I'm saying I would introduce you as my brother too. Okay, and
I would have to probably jump through some hoops in order to introduce you, but I mean, maybe we'll leave it at a maybe. Let's just leave it at a maybe.
Just me and Predator. That's all. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Wow.
I was gonna say me and K Mega. I was like,
you hear that?
No, I was gonna say me and K Mega, but I was like, yo, that'd be too typical. Like everybody would expect that.
Like-
So I'm gonna go Pred.
Like the person that I know doesn't.
man.
There's a team that worked on the UI, so I mean, there's just one person part of that team that I know from.
Well, no,
that
but
worked on
I'll
the
say
UI.
I like kind of like the smaller kind of like boxes and moved up to the
Yeah.
upper like left hand side instead of being like
Yeah.
right in the middle. Like what do you think so far about navigating the UI and everything? Does it feel smooth, responsive? Are you liking it?
Oh, it's a lot smoother than the PS4 for sure. Like
So I was right.
it feels like what PlayStation should have been, basically what Xbox is now, where it's all smooth and stuff. Like that's where PlayStation should have been in the beginning of the PS4. Like the UI feels like what the PS4 UI should have been. Like almost like let's just forget about Xbox One, PS4 gen, and just skip that gen.
Sir,
and
I
get to this
can't
gen.
forget about it. I am currently in that gen, okay?
I know, but like, if you forgot about that gen, like, it would be, you would just feel right at home with the UI.
Listen
here.
to
Like,
this snooty dark
I think-
Optimus here.
I think the only thing about the UI right now is that there's not a spot for folders, where in the old on the old UI you had folders and
Wha-
stuff to put
Yo,
your
Pred,
game.
give him a chance to talk. He's the only one that's going to be talking PS5,
Um,
man. Give him a chance to talk, bro.
So I mean that right there is a downfall, but UI wise, I mean it's fast, man. I mean it's a lot faster than the PS4.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's faster than the Xbox. I think it's just right on par with the Xbox.
You didn't get a Series X, right?
Right, I didn't.
You didn't get a Series S either?
No.
Yeah. Well,
But I mean,
the reason
between
why the reason why I bring up Series S cuz I feel like people in the community are treating the Series S like a redheaded stepchild, and we're going to get into that as well. So but I'm not going to deny the Series S its moment in the spotlight, because I think that system is going to surprise a lot of people in the long run. Anything else, Dark, before I move on? Because Predator is waiting to talk about his Series X. He wants to talk about his greatness.
I mean, one last thing about the controller, the buttons, like the D-pad and the symbols, they feel kind of like softer, like jelly in a way. Like not like jelly, but
Jelly.
like they feel kind of, they just feel nice. They feel softer, like almost as if like I don't know. They're kind of hard to explain.
It sounds like
whole
jelly.
controller's
There you
hard to
go.
explain.
It's squishy.
Yeah,
It's kind of
it's
squishy. firm.
squishy. Right, exactly. It's squishy.
Wow, I did not know the DualSense controller had squishy buttons. That is. I think that's a first, guys. And
I would
you heard
say
it on next podcast.
semi squishy. I would say
Semi-squishy.
semi squishy because
It's the way I
it's
roll.
still hard. It's still hard, but it's squishy. I
on
know,
that
Stay limp, Dark. I mean, come on.
On that note, we have to go to Predator now. We have Pred. I think I've been hanging around with you for too long, man. Everything Dark says seems to have an undertone that I'm like, I'm surprised Pred didn't go in on that one. I'm surprised he didn't go in on that one or that one. But yeah, Pred, I think I've been hanging out with you too long. But Pred, out of the new consoles, I know you're waiting for your PS5, and did you get a Series X?
I did.
Okay, and have you spent time with your Series X, sir?
I have not.
What?
Oh my God. You want to sell it to me? You could just sell it to me right now.
What?
I picked it up. I picked it up Tuesday, 6:30 in the morning, and plugged it in, set it up, play a little Ori, just to see, if they had the little patch in it for 120 frames, whatever. And I turned it off and I started playing Assassin's Creed on my PC, and I haven't turned that
Oh, so
motherfucker on.
you got Assassin's Creed on PC then?
So I've been no life in that. Y'all know how I am. I get a game that I want to play, I'm gonna play the shit out of it. So I'm
So
not gonna play it.
You got a brand new system, and you haven't even really played with it.
I have a brand new 3080 that I've really played
But
with
you
either.
got
I
that
haven't
so
gamed
long
that.
ago now, man. Come
I haven't
on.
really gamed. One thing I've really played on PC is
Yo, chat,
Call
you
of
need
Duty.
to boo Predator. Yo, in the chat, boo Predator. He has had the Series X, and he's just been about that PC life. Yo, Pred, I warned you about that PC elite kind of like gamer status, bro. I warned you about that, man.
I mean, if I'd have picked Assassin's Creed up, obviously on my X, I've been playing on my X, but I got it on PC, so that's what I'm playing right now. So, single player games gonna go on PC. My multiplayers are gonna go on Xbox.
There you go, Shizno. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, Joseph, that's right. Come on, everybody, boo this man. Damn,
And when I get my PlayStation 5 tonight, I'm gonna load it up and probably not play on it either. So.
he's gonna be playing that Astrobot, man. He's gonna be killing that game.
Honestly,
He's gonna be cloning that controller, baby.
honestly, I think he would have fun with it. To be honest, I mean, it's a fun game, man.
He said,
I watched some
Predator for free.
gameplay of it. It looked pretty fun, but it's not. I mean, it's a free game. We talked about this like a couple weeks ago. Like, I miss those days. They gave you a free game with it, the system. So, like, good on them because like the system costs a lot, the games cost a lot. So I mean, why not give you something to utilize, especially if you're brand new coming into the system and you don't have anything. Like you don't want to spend $500, another $80 on the game, and then another
what's awesome about that? Xbox has something that's very similar. It's called Game Pass, and they give you like 3 months of it for free in the box. And that's
actually, now you say that. Dark question for you: did you get the PlayStation? What is it with the
Collection?
Yeah,
it's there. You have to like download the games from it.
Okay. Like an icon on there that says that, or you just have to.
Yeah, it's basically just you click on the PlayStation Plus icon on the system, and then you can just go to the PS Plus collection, and then you can just go to the games that you want to download and then download those ones.
Okay, cool. So people, I mean, you'll get those too, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna play the Series X at some point. It's just like right now, y'all know how I am. I get a game, I want to no life it, and then I'll take a break because I got Cyberpunk on it, so I'll definitely be playing Cyberpunk on the X. So I may end up double dipping and getting it on there. I got the console, the Cyberpunk console, so it came with it, but I may double dip and get it on PC too.
Yo, Pred, Chris gave you a free boo. He said this boo was free. He didn't even super chat the boo, bro. I don't know, Chris.
What's up with that, Chris?
Yeah,
next
come
time,
Get
on.
the super chat, man.
Change that
Money
color
bar.
on that boo, bro. Yo, just messing with you, Chris, man. You know I
At
love
least I
Shit.
got one. I bet some of y'all out there still trying to find one. So shut the fuck up.
hold on. Let me go to Crispy. Did you get a Series X?
Nope.
Holy crap, yo.
Yeah, no, I tried, but yeah.
And he's
No, I
giving me
mean-
shit. What the fuck?
Well,
Well,
dude,
I
you didn't get
wanted
Series
one. There's
X
a big
either.
difference.
Guys,
You didn't even want one.
Guys, this
I
is
do want
absolutely incredible right now. Like, pretty much the only person on the next podcast panel that has a Series X hasn't even played with it. Oh my! I am so sorry, guys. I feel so bad right now. I really do.
What does that tell you
well,
about
I
the
do
console?
too. Why don't you just sell the damn thing to
Crispy,
me, Fred? How about
what-
that?
Crispy, what happened? Why, like, you couldn't
Hold on,
secure
Let me
it?
answer this question real quick because I told y'all in the beginning before all these consoles came out. I
Oh,
said
he
I was
get
just gonna
mad now. He get mad.
I was just gonna get my graphics card, and I was gonna wait until they had a custom console
Yes,
for each of the.
I remember that
but
too.
I changed my mind because I knew they were gonna be hard to find, so I went and got one now. So I mean, but I got it. So shut the fuck up. Now go ahead, Crispy.
Crispy, what happened with you? Like,
no,
why
me too, buddy.
you couldn't secure one? You couldn't secure a pre-order? Like, what happened? Why didn't you?
Dude, everything was crashing every time I tried. And then, like, I have a GameStop in my plaza, okay? And I went there. I went to work early and maybe see, maybe I could wait in line, and I just call them up and be like, hey, I'm going to be really late or something. And there's like 20 people in line at like 5:00 in the morning. And I'm like, yeah, no, this isn't happening. Because like I wasn't about to be up from midnight till whatever and then have to go to work and work 8-hour shift and get out at like 3:00 in the afternoon. I wasn't about to do that. So, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm in the holiday season. Unfortunately, these consoles come out and me working, that's what it is. Like, I have to, make the money first to pay for the damn console. So, I tried online. I tried online multiple times, but every single site
Pong's
just
like,
kept crashing, dude.
Pong's like, I could just interview the chat. That's right. Yeah, like,
yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Like, I tried. Like, I have the money. It's in my bank account now. Can't get the damn thing. And I stopped. There's a Best Buy by my
what's
work.
that number for your bank account again, man? I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a Best Buy near me. Nothing. There's a Walmart right across the street where I work. Nothing. And this is, I got out at like 4:00. I'm like, well, maybe people were just like, like GameStop is GameStop. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, if they're waiting in line, like I didn't see no lines when I drove by Best Buy in the morning. So I was like, maybe they don't have them. Maybe they're just not advertising it. I don't know. But, because I went through the whole online thing on the pre-order day and it just did not work. And unfortunately, I didn't have the time to sit there and just keep refreshing and everything else. But I did it for a good hour and a half, in between, like, taking a break and stuff like that. It just, it didn't work. And, shame on me, I guess. But what am I going to do? Like, they did what they did. I mean, both consoles have had a lot of trouble getting, and it is what it is. I mean,
all right.
Hopefully I get it down the road,
I got you guys. I am very shocked because it's been really quiet in the next podcast DM as well. So I just figured everybody, was playing their systems and all that stuff. I didn't really want to go in and start like really like pestering you guys to say stuff in the DM. I just thought you guys were having fun with your new systems, but the only one that's really having fun is the Angry Otter with a new system anyway. So we are going to move on.
That's right.
We are going to move on then because Phil Spencer came out and he tweeted that basically they have sold more Xboxes and in more territories with this new generation, with the Series S and the Series X, that they have never hit these numbers before on previous generations. They have sold the most that they have ever sold in terms of Xboxes at the start of a generation. So I'm gonna go to K Mega because I already know Mega you're in the boat with me right now. Although Saturday it might be a different story for you. I am praying for you, brother. That's what you want. I hope it all comes through. But when it comes to Phil's tweet, because I feel like yeah, I can see it selling the most out of all Xboxes. Although I thought the 360, there was a lot of hype behind the 360 when the 360 was coming out, and it was coming out a year earlier than any other console. So, Mega, what do you think about this news from Phil? Do you think that it has to do with that they're also releasing in more countries than they ever have day one when it comes to the system? Or do you think it's just the hype for the Series S and the Series X is just that big right now that even if they did do it in less countries, they would have still had bigger numbers than previous generations, bro?
Right. No, I think it's both. Just for the mere reason that the hype level for Xbox fans, and I've said this before, when you look at the comparisons between what the PlayStation 3 was, compared to what the PlayStation fan was about with the PlayStation 4, we got that same type of energy with the Xbox One going into the Series X. It was just like at that point where PlayStation fans with the PlayStation 3 was like, yeah, it's time for me to move on. And that's the way that you look at it with the Xbox One X compared to when you had the hype level for the 360 going into the Xbox One, especially with that with how it started with all the negative press. It kind of was a lull launch. With this, it's a whole different atmosphere. The hype is real. And then on top of that, you look at the pricing and the fact that you could take over all, send all your games over. And so you feel like you haven't really lost anything by purchasing these new consoles. So yeah, no, I could definitely see it hitting big numbers. But it's also like he was saying, is that he's selling in more territories. And if you remember back in the beginning, he did where his biggest mistake was in Japan, even though they weren't going to sell a lot of consoles in Japan anyway. They waited for a year, and there was other territories where it didn't come out for months to almost a whole year. So they were way behind, while PlayStation kind of let everything out, within that launch period, sold it to in more territories, and then it was just a couple of months. So people had access to PlayStation 4s a lot earlier than they did with the Xbox One, and even at the time, by the circulation with all the bad press and all that stuff, people already was kind of settled within a PlayStation, even if they were considering wanting to get an Xbox One. So yeah, it's that all that put together just kind of made the right recipe for where the excitement around Xbox.
Nice. Now, K Mega, real quick, just to piggyback off that, because you started talking about the PS4 and stuff. I saw an article. I kind of read it quickly, talking about PlayStation kind of snubbing Japan for the Western market. Like I guess they're not having as many PS5s available in Japan as they normally would, and they're focusing more on like the United States when it comes to getting this console out. What do you think about that move? Is it a good business move? Do you think it's a good move? Like, because traditionally they're a Japanese company, so you would figure they come out hard in kind of like their hometown, man. What do you think about them kind of focusing more on the United States and this side of the world, and kind of like limiting the consoles in their own home country, man?
Well, they're not the biggest dog in town. That's Nintendo. So
oh damn,
and the PlayStation undersold. So they looked at it from where their markets are, Europe and United States. But even I know that there's going to be some people that don't believe this, but United States is still more of an Xbox continent. But PlayStation is caught up and is done really well. But Europe has just been that mecca for PlayStation. And so what they look at is like, well, we got really close this generation, so we see that it's a better opportunity for PlayStation to go ahead and try to overtop Xbox in the United States. since it's the biggest market in the world, and that it's at a point to where Japan is kind of going another direction with where the gaming is, which is the mobile gaming. That's why the Switch dominated, and Nintendo is just king out there. So it is weird, it's odd, but when you look at it from from the money aspect of it, it just makes logical sense.
So the business side of it,
yeah.
you're like, that's like
Yeah.
you would do the same thing at that point in time then.
Yeah. I mean, it's just logical at that point. So it's going to be crazy to see how Japan reacts to these consoles, to both of them. I can't wait to hear what they do, what they both do out there compared to, I think the Switch is still going to be number one overall, and especially if we hear the rumors about the Switch having a pro version, I think it's just going to keep its dominance for sure. But yeah, no, I mean, they want to solidify that U.S. market. I mean, and it's crazy to hear because they're a Japanese company, but overall, I mean, I think the people that are in charge right now, they're Americanized it, and I think that's one reason why Japan has kind of been upset with Sony's direction with the PlayStation here lately.
Okay, I got you, bro. I got you. Let's go to Predator on this tweet from Phil. So, Pred, the most Xboxes out of the day one gate that we've ever seen in any generation, and like I look at it as more countries are involved in this whole thing. So, is it a mixture of that and hype? Is it just hype? Like what do you think's going on here? Do you think that Xbox finally learned that they gotta really kind of release more broadly, more worldwide to kind of get people kind of like that green blood circulating inside the gamer, man?
Well, I mean, you got to think like when the one released, it wasn't put out everywhere. I think it was only put out like 7, maybe 13 continents.
The Xbox
countries,
One?
I mean.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I want to say 7 in the beginning. I really want to say 7
and expanded to like maybe 9 or 12 or something later on. But like,
I think 7 and then 13, if I remember correctly, because I was working at GameStop then. So
and it wasn't even like they still missed a lot of countries that it should have gone to that support Xbox.
Yeah, for like a year.
So I mean, it's and you got to think about like people are playing more games now. Like it's like 15, 20 years ago. Video games was like, it was like a nerd thing. People made fun of people that play video games, but as we've gotten older, like when our kids are playing them, the grandkids are playing them, there's gamers everywhere out there now. So, so I'd be disappointed if they didn't, with them expanding and releasing in multiple countries, they didn't actually push good numbers this time. So, I mean, yeah, I expect it, with them launching Japan. And I think they released in Japan, like what because I don't think it's released yet in Japan yet, right?
No, it goes later.
Yeah, and there's a couple other countries I think that goes later.
The pre-orders are sold out in Japan already.
Yeah, they sold out like as soon as they came out,
Yeah.
So I mean, how many of those consoles were out there is a different story. It could have been 12, I doubt
those
that. But
12 lucky gamers in Japan.
Yeah, right. And them releasing other countries definitely played a huge part in it. And it's gonna, it might skew some people. I think a lot of people who were on the fence before with getting one, or just were just hardcore PlayStation guys.
Oh, see, no, Shizno, it did. It released in Japan today as well.
Okay. Today.
Oh, it did.
Okay, today. It wasn't on Tuesday though. I knew it was a couple days later.
You might be talking about PlayStation. Hold on, I'm checking the chat. I'm checking the chat.
It probably have to be PlayStation then. I'm checking right now.
Yeah, please.
I thought it was later. Yeah.
Yeah, because PlayStation came out today in Japan.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yep.
Definitely.
All right.
You got me to lose my train of thought. Fuck. I forgot what I was saying.
Okay, yeah, it came out in Japan today, but it's going to hit a select countries globally on the 19th. Okay.
And is that PlayStation or Xbox?
That's Sony.
Yeah. Okay. That's why. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
So I forgot what I was saying. Y'all cut me off, so I forgot. Sorry.
My bad.
Lost it.
My bad.
I lost it.
Oh
It
man,
wasn't me this time, Brad.
it was straight fire
What?
too, straight fire going on, and somebody had to do it. It wasn't me. I didn't kill it for you. Like it was somebody else on the panel. I don't know.
I won't say any names.
But so Pred, I got to ask you the same thing because you get into the business side as well as like the games and the gaming and stuff like that. So what do you think about Sony's move here when it comes to PlayStation to really focus on the Western side of the world? The United States, the Canada, Mexico, South America. Mostly, let's be real. Mostly United States, Canada. A lot of gamers spend a lot of money in these countries, but dude, what do you think about them kind of focusing on that and kind of being a little light in their home country of Japan, bro?
You just said it. Like, the money is made here in the States. I mean, not knocking any other country, but there's a lot of gamers in the United States, and there's a lot of money to be made here. So if you take out I hate using the console war sales, but it was pretty close here in the States. It wasn't close anywhere else, but like worldwide, but like in the States, Sony had the edge, I believe, but it wasn't like by a shit ton. It was pretty competitive here in the States. And maybe they're trying to get that market. Like, they see the money that's being spent here on consoles and games and just the entertainment industry and all. So, they want a piece of that pie. They're trying to get a bigger market share here. I don't really think they should have just pulled out of Japan, but like if they weren't doing anything there, like Xbox did it. Like they didn't launch in Japan last console series. Like they're like fuck it, like we sold 15 consoles. Fuck it. They keep fighting a good fight, but I mean like for Sony to be there though, like that's kind of weird. But like Nintendo has a hold on that area. It's just that mobile. Carry your shit everywhere. That tight. Like, could you imagine? And we joke about this all the time, but like, the Japanese culture, they don't like shit like as large as a fucking PlayStation 5 in their house. Like, like they want shit small and compact. So like they're used to that lifestyle. So that's what makes the Switch successful there. It's a smaller. I mean, maybe the Xbox might be.
It's smaller and it's portable. So like,
yeah. And whereas that the PlayStation 5 is a PC. It's probably bigger than my fucking PC that I have right now. Or at least the same size. It's a tall motherfucker. So
Dark, is the PlayStation 5 big?
Oh yeah.
It's a coffee table. It's a coffee table.
Park station.
I would say you could actually eat off of it for sure. Like that's how big it is.
It's a barbecue. It's a barbecue paper plate.
Pretty much, yeah.
Let me cook my frozen food real quick. Here we go.
Oh man!
Wow.
I mean, so the PlayStation that I got, we're switching gears and go back to the last topic real quick. But the one that I got is really for my stepson. So I'll play on it, obviously, but. I really hope they make a smaller form.
I don't know if the evidence is any indication with you in the Series X, you might not play the PlayStation 5 either. You might just stay in your PCMR and just hang out in Assassin's Creed for like 2 years on your new graphics card, bro.
I played the exclusives on PlayStation 5. I think I bought like 5 games, maybe 6. And they were all exclusive games on there. A couple of I take that back. Yeah, I don't think I have one multiplat on my PlayStation that I purchased for myself. I got it for my stepson, but I never played them. I got all the exclusives there. That's what I got the console for. And I didn't even get the Pro. I had the Slim. so like I didn't even get the big boy. So I just played what games I wanted to play on there for the story, and I bounced out of there. So God of War. I tried Spider-Man.
You gave me a lot of gameplay of God of War as well, from what I remember. Like
I love God of War. I thought it was the game of the year. So like it was really close between that and Red Dead. I think they were up against each other that year.
Yeah.
But I gave it my nod for game of the year. I love that game. It was pretty
Red
good.
Dead was definitely game of the year. But anyway.
I gave it to Red Dead, but it wasn't a stretch. It was close. I mean, they both were great games. So, can I read this one part right here?
Oh, real quick, let me just shout out J. Tay Bray 3. What is up, brother? Good to see you. He said, "What up, Xbot?" You know what I'm saying? Yo, I feel weird right now, man. I'm just shouting regular people out in the chat, like, yo, it's awesome. But what do you got to read, bro?
Okay, so I'm looking at it right here, and it's saying it says the pre-order to Japan has been snapped up by Sony. Sony states that the company has temporarily stopped accepting early reservations in the country at all time, with only a few weeks left until the console release in Japan. So basically, what it's saying is that if you pre-ordered it, that's it. They won't have any in store. So, and then it says, the PS5 will not be available in stores on November 12th or November 9th, depending on the region. The console's release day, it says the concerns for retail employees and customers. Sony has decided that the console will only be available online only on launch day, and they're all sold out. So it came out on Japan today, but if anybody was trying to go and see if they were trying to get a pre-order or whatever, they have no shot in Japan whatsoever.
That actually happened here too in the States. People weren't able to pick up the PS5 at the store. They actually had to order it online and then go pick it.
Check this out, and I'm gonna bring this back to Pred real quick because I was asking him about the things. Pred, isn't it funny to you? Like a few months ago, people were talking about how the consoles were going to be so limited. Yo, you better pre-order as soon as you can. The consoles are going to be so limited. And then Phil comes out and says, we have sold the most we have ever sold when it comes to Xbox. Like, isn't that weird? During this whole kind of like pandemic thing and people really getting like nervous about how many consoles were going to be kind of like shipped out and stuff. Obviously, they didn't have a problem in manufacturing, did they, Fred?
No, and you remember that rumor that was out there where they were saying that PlayStation was behind getting their consoles together, and that kind of sounds like it might be true if you think about it. Like they were having, I don't know how many are out because keep in mind the you call the unicorn the digital one, like.
It's the one they don't really want to sell. It's the one they don't really want to sell.
I think, and then they were talking the same thing about Microsoft, but like they've been transparent with everything. They've been like, yo, we have no problem with our production right now. We're good. We're gonna have our consoles out on launch, and it's not gonna be an issue. They said it multiple times, and so like there you go. I see that super chat, so go ahead and hit that up.
Yeah, brother, that just lit up orange. Yo, shout out to the friendly neighborhood Blue Shell with the first super chat of the night, brother. It is good to see you. And he says, I hope Sony leaving Japan and Xbox being in discussion with Japan's devs will convince those devs to bring those JRPGs to Xbox like Legend of Heroes. I believe xCloud will also help convince them to bring them to Xbox. And Blue Shell, I think you make a great point when it comes to xCloud, because we all know that portable space in Japan is really popular. I'm not going to say that they don't want a console by their TV as well, but if you can take your console game and you can play it on your phone when you're out and about and stuff, and I know in the Japanese culture that portability means something, man. I think you make a great point with that xCloud. What do you guys think with what Blue Shell said there?
It's true.
It's true, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Nice.
Honestly, I could see a lot more JRPGs coming over this way to the Xbox. I know last gen a lot of that stuff was on PlayStation pretty much only, and now I'm thinking we're gonna see the only exclusives I think we're gonna see from PlayStation are their big AAA exclusives, and then those JRPGs that a lot of people love are going to be also on Xbox. So I mean, it's a huge deal for Xbox. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, honestly, honestly there was a lot of times where I was like, man, I wish I could find JRPGs on Xbox, and I couldn't find them. I mean, they had them here and there, but
all right, guys,
so far in between.
And I want to say, when it comes to Sony leaving Japan, well, first off, Sony's not leaving Japan. Sony headquarters is in Japan. That's all good. The PlayStation headquarters, I believe, is now in California.
Yep.
It is, yeah.
All right. So that is PlayStation technically leaving Japan because they took their headquarters and brought it over to California. Okay. Not in terms of not selling a system in Japan, but they literally took the PlayStation headquarters and said, you know what? We're going to the United States because, people in America have too much bloody money. You know what I'm saying? But
why you gotta say it's bloody, dude? What's going on here?
Hey, that was a quote from a movie that I can't remember now. I can't remember the name of the movie.
So then it's not
it's
a quote. It's
a Nicolas Cage movie. It's a Nicolas Cage movie. Is it
Lord of War? Maybe.
Is it Gone in 60 Seconds?
It might have been Gone in 60 Seconds,
or it was Lord of War.
Yeah. When he was at the Ferrari dealership. And he was trying to get into the Ferrari warehouse. He's like, this one right here.
That was
I saw 3 of them
Gone
in front of the Starbucks.
Yeah, that movie's awesome.
That's one of my favorite movies all time. Like absolute favorite movies all time. But yeah, we're getting a little off track here. We're getting Crispy, what do you think about Phil Spencer's tweet? And again, I gotta say, it's interesting because when this year started off, with the pandemic, everything like that, people were so worried about getting their pre-orders and all that. What do you think about Xbox selling the most Xboxes they ever did out of, day one, out of the gate, compared to any generation of Xbox, even with the 360, which I do find that surprising. I really, really do, by the way. Do you think it's just that it's more countries and stuff? Do you think that there's hype involved with it as well? And the whole kind of what's that, all access as well, right? Because people were pre-ordering the all access and getting that for a monthly payment as well. I think that might also be a part of it too. Kind of like how many options there were out there in terms of price and how to buy these consoles. What do you think, Crispy?
I think Phil knew that he has built an ecosystem. That's what he's built. Okay. So you have people that like us in America that will be like, hey, xCloud's cool, but I still want to be able to play on my nice ass TV, right? That's your first thought. Like if I can't take my entire ecosystem with me wherever I want to go, why even bother? And they have achieved something that a lot of companies haven't done. They have given you all aspects of how you want to game at any point in time. And I think it's pretty amazing that they've done that. And it all comes down to Phil. Phil has been beaming with confidence for even when he talks about Halo Infinite being delayed, he was still confident in the product he's pushing out. And, I keep hearing, and I think it was Sean Murray that said in the chat that he slipped up and said that there was 50 million subscribers right now for Game Pass. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. I didn't watch it myself.
Game Pass is an incredible deal right now, dude. Oh my goodness.
And here's the point. So, especially in America, a lot of people are like, hey, I want my console. Even in Canada, like a lot of my Canadian brothers, like same thing. Like you want to be able to play on your TV or your monitor or whatever. And maybe you're not a PC gamer like Pred, who basically hasn't touched his Series X. But
wow, you heard that? You heard that in his voice?
I'm downloading stuff right now. It took me
okay, all right. I'm just making sure.
20 minutes to download Destiny, and it's taking
what?
Igloo Boy over here.
20 minutes?
Igloo Boy over here all day to download Spider-Man. So
hey, it's done. Damn it, it's done. All right, it just finished. Not that long.
All right.
So
3 hours later, it's fine.
Mercy.
But
that's my internet though, dude. You can't blame that on the console.
Yo, Dark.
Everybody,
check this out. Check this out, Dark. Yo, check this out.
You can't blame it on the console, Mega. You can't, dude.
Dark shaved. Dark shaved. He shaved.
Listen, by the time that Dark sit there and was talking about it, I went ahead and bought Spider-Man, had it downloaded, and showed a clip on Twitter.
I say Dark. He shaved before he started to download.
Just look at it, yeah.
And he's already got a 5 o'clock shadow. He's got to shave again, and it's not. And it just got done, yeah.
I can't help my internet, all right? So fuck you guys.
You can't help your internet. Do you have like the best internet provider? Or did you go cheapo?
No, I have the best internet provider in California, but
How does California not have a fiber optic? That's what I'm confused about.
yeah, we just don't. I don't know.
Because we're like literally,
that's a big ass city, so I can see why they would not. You would think that they would have it in pockets. I'm sure they have it in like.
They do have it in pockets.
Yeah,
they have it in like
upstate.
It's a really big country, almost the size north to south, almost the size of America itself, like north to south.
It's a big state. Yeah, it's a big ass state.
Like
yeah.
It's not like Connecticut. You could probably fit like 15 Connecticut's into California. Yeah.
Man,
Connecticut we have
is like
internet.
a 15-minute drive, man. You drive through it, you don't. Connecticut, hey, bot.
It's an hour and a half.
Come on.
Yo, Crispy, speak for yourself when it comes to good internet, man. over here on the coast, it's really not that great. But
you got those waves hitting, bro. What do you want from me? I don't know what to tell you. Those little tiny waves from the Long Island Sound.
Yeah, they're very small as well. Very small.
Yeah, but Phil has had a plan, and it's finally coming into place. A lot of people don't even want to like see it. Like, there's a lot of fanboys that are just like, no, this is not happening. But it is, because you have to understand, when you have your hands in all these cookie jars, there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, you got Samsung is probably gonna have an app soon on their freaking TVs. You got everybody doing everything, and all they're pushing is Game Pass. But at the same time, they're saying, "Well, we're not gonna take your console away. We're not like Stadia. We're not like Luna. We're not gonna be like, oh, here's a little dongle immediately. They're probably gonna throw a dongle out there for the people that don't have app-based TVs.
Crispy,
or something
I think we'll
like
all
that.
agree on the panel that you should probably never say the word dongle at all. I don't know why. I don't know why, man. It just sounds weird coming from you, bro.
Sounds like it's a dunghole.
Yeah.
It sounds. And came back over here like, come on. But in all
You're
seriousness,
getting ready to
like
testify.
Xbox,
What are you talking about? That's why he's humming right now.
You said I'm what?
You're getting ready to testify, bro.
Oh no, not yet.
You got the hands coming up, man.
I'm done now.
Gotta get those spirit hands going. All right. Well, Dark, what do you think about what Phil is tweeting out here? Like, it's a little crazy to me. I know a lot of people were talking about, no first party exclusives at launch, stuff like that. But it seems that, there's people out in the world that were hyped. Do you think that is, a major part of the reason why they have sold more Xboxes this new generation, day one, than any previous generation? And of course, more countries as well. Do you think it's a mix of the two? What's going on? What do you think, bro?
I think it's all the people who couldn't get PS5s.
Oh, damn! Oh, there are gonna be some mad tweets at you, man. They're really. And Dark, what's your Twitter handle again?
It's Dark Animus.
There we go. It's in the description below.
It's already there, you already know. But honestly, I think the reason why he came out and made the statement is because people got to remember that, like, console gaming is still really prevalent here in the States. It's really prevalent in Europe. It's really prevalent in Australia. And somewhat in Japan too. I mean, there are a lot of people who do like to have their consoles at home. But I think the reason as to why Xbox is selling so well is because it's a new console. Like PlayStation is selling really well. I want both of these consoles to sell really well. I want both of these consoles to succeed. I want both of these consoles to have exclusives. I want both of these consoles to give me a reason to buy them. And I
want
think
both these companies that are making these consoles to send me a couple. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if they can fork over a console or two,
Hey, why not? Why not? Right, K
Why
Mega?
not?
Like we should get a couple.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
But I think it's it. This is right now. It's such a great time to be a gamer because you're yeah, okay, yeah, the Xbox Series X doesn't have that AAA freaking exclusive that's gonna really push the freaking console to its limit or whatever, but neither does really the PlayStation 5. Like, I mean, it's got Demon Souls, but that's a remake slash remaster type of deal there, and then you got Godfall, which is not really looking too good. um you know
I think Bug Snack's gonna be better in Meta Who eyes. I'm just saying.
oh, for sure, yeah, for sure. um you got Bugsnax, not really a AAA title. Well, I mean, it's an indie. Astro's Playroom is it comes with a console. I mean,
Yeah, I
it's
was
a
gonna say
AAA
it's
game,
free.
but it's not like something that's really gonna be like, oh my
Well,
god.
but here
Dude,
I
it's
want
a
to
game that demonstrates the dual sense. Like it could be a
wanna-
really good game,
Hold on,
but
hold on. The Demon Souls is, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, well, it shows off the console, but it's very niche. It's a very niche type of game.
Ooh.
Like, you have to be into that type of fighting style and that type of gameplay in order to even get involved in that game, because it's excruciating hard.
Is that?
I mean,
And I
you can't-
forgot for a second. Is that going to be 60 FPS? Like, because I think that's going to matter to a lot of people.
I think it is 60, but it's not full 4K.
Yeah, but I mean, the gameplay is what is the challenge.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think
Yo, shout out
that
to
will
Six
mean
Slayer
something.
with the strawberries.
Yeah. And Miles Morales is a AAA. It does draw people in, but it's also on PS4, so it's not like you're missing out on anything if you don't buy a PS5 right away. And like I said, I mean, the reason why I got the console is because I wanted to be a part of it. Like, I wanted to be a part of that launch.
Well,
and I've never done that.
And we could say
So-
the same thing about the Series X and S right now,
exactly.
at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's
Exactly.
the whole point. Like, don't throw shade where shade isn't there. Like, dude,
Right.
like, yes, we're playing old games, but technically, you're kind of playing old games. Maybe a little add-ons, a little bit up-res,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it's basically what I would do on the Series X if I had it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sitting there, but it's just like, keep that same energy, dude. Like, like.
Xbox has got Yakuza, like PlayStation 5 doesn't have Yakuza. And I heard Yakuza is really good. I mean, I definitely want to play it. Like, that's one of those ones that I'm like, man, I wish it was on PS5, but of course, I'm gonna have to wait like 6 months or something like that to a year or whatever for it to come to the PS5. Which it was smart on Xbox to do that, to get that little deal there.
That's okay, because
for that
PS5 did the same thing with Godfall, so you can play
Exactly.
Godfall.
Exactly. So I mean, a lot of these games. I mean, they even did it. I think with the Pathless too. I think the Pathless is going to come to Xbox as well. And I honestly, I would even say Bugsnax is probably going to come to Xbox as well. So, I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's really going to come down to preference and what you want to play and what you want to play on. And that's all that matters. None of this other shit matters. None of this other shit matters. Like, console sales, all that other bullshit don't matter. What matters is where your friends are playing, what you want to play. At least you're gaming. That's the biggest point. It's like, I was so happy to see that so many people were getting an Xbox on launch day. I was like tweeting it out like, oh, to my Xbox friends, congratulations, keep gaming, and it's a beautiful thing to see, like, everybody enjoying what they enjoy. Like, I don't understand why people always want to tear down, I get the whole trolling thing. Like, I know we're in that trolling culture and stuff like that, but for me, it's just like it's so stupid, you know. It doesn't make any sense to me to
Dude,
just,
negativity, drama, and arguments
yeah.
sell now when it comes to social
I mean,
media
yeah,
and stuff,
I'll
man.
mess with Crispy, you know, and stuff like that. I mean, I know I go in hard on him sometimes about stuff, but I'm not really actually serious. I actually want an Xbox. I think, you know, I still have a soft spot for Xbox because I mean, I was on the Xbox, the original Xbox. I was on the Xbox 360. I was on the Xbox One. I mean, the Xbox One. The reason why I got it when it came out, or well, maybe like about a year when it came out, is because the price was lower, and it had games that I wanted to play on it, like Sunset Overdrive,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, Master Chief Collection, things like that, Rise Son of Rome, those kind of games. I wanted to play those, even though maybe some of them didn't get the best reviews. Who cares? You know, I still wanted to play it. So I mean, this what Phil is saying is like it's just it's basically like what I loved seeing on Twitter was both PlayStation and Xbox congratulating each other. I don't know if you guys saw that.
No, dude, I saw
I did. I tweeted it out. Yeah, me too.
Those two just congratulating each other on the launch of their consoles is awesome to see, you know, because it's like yeah, we shouldn't be competing against each other. Like what should be happening is we should be competing, but we should be competing with like our games and our hardware and but in a friendly like competition, you know, not none of this like freaking toxic crap where people are like Xbox has no games.
that. Literally,
Xbox does that. You know that.
I've seen that in the chat a couple times already.
You know that Xbox has games. They have Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
They have
granted, it's
Solitaire. They have Minesweeper.
They have Tetris. You know, they have.
A lot of people are clamoring over Tetris, dude. By the way,
Dude,
Tetris is amazing, bro.
Yo,
I heard.
Me and Viper
Bro.
are gonna. Yo, shout out to Viper in the chat. He said he wants to play. He wants to play after the show tonight. So if any one of you guys want to play after the show, because it is cross gen. So, but yeah, no, it's phenomenal, bro.
Oh
phenomenal.
man, it is amazing. My wife sat there and watched. She said, "Oh, I'm going to sneak and play this."
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh
I'm sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
you can probably, and what you can play it on your phone.
Crazy.
Yo,
too, I
so
bet,
many
right?
game modes. There are so many game modes to that game as well. But the main one is the connected one, where you're basically you and two of your friends go up against these bosses, and
Yeah.
like you each have your own kind of like square that you're making lines in and stuff. And then when you get to a certain point after you made so many Tetris lines, the three squares come together, and then you got to work together to make lines that go completely across. Hey, yo, it's sick. It's so good.
We should be excited for gaming, not trying to bring one console or the other down. We should be, you know, excited for the people who got a PS5. We should be excited for the people who got an Xbox. And I think, you know, what Phil's doing over there at Xbox, it's working for him.
Yo, real quick, Mordaki in the chat. First off, thank you for hanging out with us tonight, man. I really do appreciate it. And you're right, Tetris Effect is already on PlayStation. Tetris Effect Connected is not on PlayStation. And that mode that I just talked about, that 3-player co-op, is not on Tetris Effect for PlayStation. Just to let you know that, bro. Like that's basically an upgraded Tetris Effect with more modes, stuff like that. It's called Tetris Effect Connected, okay? But okay. On that note, Dark, is there anything else before we move on here? Because I'm checking topics to see where we are. No, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Well, before we get into all these broken systems and stuff like that have been out in the wild, or as some people might want you guys to believe, so many broken systems. Before we get into that, there is something really interesting I want to talk to the panel about. I want to talk to you guys in the chat about, and that is Take-Two Interactive. Now I'm gonna pull this up real quick just to take a quick look to make sure I get this right. Take-Two Interactive has agreed to a $994 million deal to acquire Codemasters, the developers behind Dirt 5, Project Cars, and many other racing games. Now, I'll let you guys know, the first thing I thought of when I saw this was Code.
You know.
A little MC in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna go to you first on this, man. I'm not even gonna share mine because if that's gonna be a part of it, I definitely want to hear it from K Mega. K Mega, first off, $994 million is nothing to sneeze at for one studio. I think we can agree on that. Do you think it's a good purchase, and what do you think they are going to use Codemasters for, bro?
Bro, it's obvious. Midnight Club.
Oh yeah.
It's obvious. It's Midnight Club is going to make a return. Plus the fact that there's just plenty of other titles too that they've worked on, but Midnight Club is just the main thing that comes to mind. Man, like just think about like how when they get when for when the Grand Theft Auto, just think about how they're going to help them work with the driving physics and all of that, and then just with other games that they're going to be bringing down the line. I mean, the potential is there. Now, I don't know if they own the properties to Grid and Onrush and stuff like that in F1. I don't know that part. I don't know.
I want to say Onrush, yeah, but I believe Dirt is their is like, that's a Codemaster property. So if they do get bought. Now another thing, guys, is these kind of like acquisitions can take a while as well to kind of get kind of like cemented and stuff. So that this deal could fall through at certain points in time. But to see Take-Two Interactive interested and ready to fork $994 million for Codemaster, it says something, right, bro?
Right. No, that says a lot. I mean, you just see how good Dirt is, and I'm contemplating if I want to try to pick it up because it looks that good. But yeah, just think about all the things that they could do on enhancing other games when it comes to driving physics and stuff like that. I mean, and if they have like Grid and Dirt and then they can work on Midnight Club, which I think that would be the first major title that they would work on under Take-Two. It's a win, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and there's other games that they've worked on too, like Overlord and stuff like that. But I don't know if they own those properties or if there was another publisher that paid them to make those games. That's a good point. But it's a win. I mean, it's a win. I think we're finna start getting into a different phase coming into this generation where some of these publishers like Codemasters and smaller ones like that are going to start getting gobbled up by bigger companies. I think you hearing about the rumors about what PlayStation is doing. Of course, we've been hearing a lot about what Xbox is doing. There's, I forget the name of that one company that bought like 9 studios. I think we're getting into the phase where now games are becoming so expensive to where we get to a point to where like the big publishers are going to start gobbling them up, and it leaves for a lot of questions going forward. But I mean, I think this is a great win for them. I think this is great. So kudos for Take-Two to go ahead and get a good quality developer that makes racing games, because I love racers. So it's great. But but that's the first thing that comes to mind is just they bringing back another Drive Club. I mean, Midnight Club. And man, I mean, really, if you think about what Sony is doing with GT, I don't, it's going to be impressive, but is it going to be anywhere as impressive as what we're going to see coming from Forza? Because right now Forza is the king. You know, I mean,
Yes,
Project
sir.
Cars has got a lot of respect in the gaming world, but you know, and then there's some PC racers that's kind of come over to consoles as well. That's gotten a lot of respect and high praise.
Assetto
Uh,
Corsa.
yeah, for being more for being you know, more of a simulator. And
Mhm.
then of course you have man, what you call it coming back? What is the name of that? Man, I can't think of the name of that racer, but it's kind of like before Forza kind of turned into what like Horizon has turned into that. It was like the big dog when it came to like you pull your cars into places and you
Oh,
went all over different locations. I forgot the name of that racer. It's because they haven't came back, but they're coming back with one. They're coming back with their racer in 2021. Looks like so.
was it
Yeah,
Test
I
Drive
mean,
Unlimited?
Test Drive. That's exactly what it was. Thank you. Yeah, Test Drive is coming
Oh,
back
test
next year.
drive.
So it looks like racers are back, just kind of like how the fighting genre is making a big return. It's time. And look, for those times for when game publishers have a break from, or they have long long times of building in other working on other games, you know, instead of having that gap of 5 to 6 years in between each game, you could throw in a racer, and you could throw in a racer like twice out of that 5 to 6 year gap, and recoup some money from it. So yeah, I mean, it's a really big market, man. I think it's going to be really, really fun to watch, man, because that Midnight Club could be that game, that racer, to kind of make Forza feel the heat in that genre, in my opinion.
Real quick. Now, first off, Dragonheart Yobi, he's like, I broke this down for you this past Sunday. Codemasters owns all of those IPs. Man, you
You
forgot
did, but see,
already. No, that was
but
to
I was,
me because he was on
oh,
Series
oh,
X
oh,
podcast.
I think he said that to me as well, but you know, we was fighting and drinking, so after
Oh,
so
okay.
long, I mean, you know,
Okay.
so yeah, but
And another thing, K Mega, because like I'm a big I really loved Midnight Club LA. I
yeah,
absolutely loved that. Now I look at Codemasters and kind of like how they make a game, how the cars feel, all that good stuff when it comes to their racers. Do you really feel that Codemasters would be a good fit for the Midnight Club kind of like arcadey aspect? Because I hope they evolve further with like Midnight Club LA, that the open world, but
yeah.
with the real cars and designing the inside and outside and all that good stuff. Do you think Codemasters with their kind of like car physics and everything, you think they would be a good fit for a Midnight Club?
Man, I don't know if you've ever played Fuel.
Oh,
That
that was them.
dirt. Yeah, yeah. Like
Oh,
I'm like
okay.
they can do the
Okay,
arcade
never
type
mind.
style. Like
Never
yeah, yeah,
mind.
yeah. Like Fuel was legit. Like it was super fun. So like I said, I think it's great. They've got all different types of styles with from going from crazy arcadey to with Onrush to being is going as hard in the paint with being a simulator as F1. So
Mhm.
I think that they got the chops. They can do it, and especially with 2K Games money and flair to what they can do. I think the sky's the limit. And on top of that, they got Dirt now. Oh my God, and Grid and all the rest of those racers. And then don't forget, they got a couple of shooters too. They got Flashpoint, and then of course I said Overlord, and so like, and there's some other games that I see that I had no idea what the hell they are. But I mean, I think it's a really good get for them.
Nice. So, that price tag is starting to look a little. It makes some sense with all those like those IPs coming over as well. It definitely
Hmm.
bolsters to the point where it's like, oh, I can kind of see that. But let's go to Crispy on this now. Crispy, it's not Gears, it's not Mortal Kombat 11, but we are talking Take-Two Interactive. Throwing down $994 million for Codemasters, the developers of Dirt series, so Dirt 5 that people have been playing, a bunch of other racers, and as you heard from K Mega, other IPs as well. What do you think? And if you don't know, you probably do know, but a lot of gamers out there do know. Take-Two Interactive is the publishers behind Rockstar. With the Grand Theft Auto series, stuff like that. So that publisher they have money They got deep pockets, bro. Deep pockets. So, what do you think? Is this a good move? Like, what do you think is going to happen if Codemasters goes over there with Take-Two Interactive?
Microtransactions.
They'll have shark cards. They'll have shark cards in Midnight Club. That's it.
I mean, you know, and you know, K Mega actually, like, I forgot about Midnight Club, and it's like, damn, like, yeah, they would try to implement some kind of craziness with that, with like making money off of it, because they do bring out the fire products, but they also attach a lot of money involved after the fact. So, you know, it's kind of a catch-22. It's like, what are you thinking about? You thinking about, you know, just making racing games, because they don't really have a legit, you know, dev that's going to make like legit racing games that are going to compete with a Forza or something like that. So then you also go on the aspect of, my God, Insomniac was a steal for Sony. I'm just saying, dude. It was like $250 million, and you're talking nearly $1 billion for Codemasters. Insomniac is literally putting out all these games within their first like half year.
Dude, 99% of what Insomniac made was PlayStation only anyway, so it kind of made sense.
And I understand that, but like, it's still a steal. Like, how in God's name are we in this? And you even look at $1 billion, or, you know, you can go 900 and whatever the hell it is, $1 million. It's $1 billion. Okay. So they paid $1 billion for one dev and this and that. And you get all of those devs for $7 billion on Xbox side. And you get all those IPs. Now, the only thing that Codemasters has going for them is they do have a lot of IPs. At the same time, a lot of them haven't been touched in a long time. Basically, we see dirt half the time now. So maybe with the money involved, you might see them, you know, start going back to those older IPs that they haven't touched in a long time. And I think that would be pretty good, because, you know, with next-gen consoles, with PC, everything else, like, we know, you know, Take-Two is you know, hey, we'll throw it here, we'll throw it here, we'll throw it here. So that's fine. I'm just worried about those microtransactions at the end of the day, because I think, you know, if that comes into play, I'm not going to purchase it. I mean, that's what it's going to come down to.
Well, I got you, bro. And, you know, I it's funny because I think Take-Two, you know, when it comes to the shark cards for Grand Theft Auto, I think they should just do a universal publisher. Like, if they're just gonna try to make money using like shark cards, stuff like that, like in-game purchases, they should just make it across the board for Take-Two and just have shark cards, and they're available for any game that's published for Take-Two Interactive. And I wouldn't be surprised if they down the line actually did something like that, man. But I'm excited. Like I said, Midnight Club LA. It took hours of my life away, man. I killed that game. Absolutely.
By the way, I just want to tell everybody that they make F1 2020, which is actually a huge esports game.
Oh, nice. Yeah, dude, they got a lot of IPs under their belt. Yo, and while
have a lot.
While I'm at it, yo, let me shout out Fun Speculation, brother. It is good to see you in the chat. Yo, Stubbs Gaming has been with us pretty much from the start of the show tonight. Yo, huge shout out to you, Stubbs. Everybody in the chat, what is going on? It is good to see all of you guys. If you haven't done it yet, hit that thumbs up button. Share the show out. Let people know where you are right now on a Thursday night talking games with the next podcast. And let's go to Predator. Predator, what do you think about this possible acquisition here? Now, we got money on the table. And it's not chump change either, man. It's a significant amount of money on the table. Take-Two Interactive looking to buy Codemasters. Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think they're going to bring back Midnight Club with Codemasters? And what do you think the plan would be with Take-Two and Codemasters, man?
I mean, we see these acquisitions all the time. The first thing that comes to our mind is like, oh, they're going to bring this game back. Like, when has that ever happened? Like, when a studio got purchased, when did they go back into their repertoire of games and bring back something from the past. It doesn't happen that often. I'm not saying it doesn't ever happen, but when it's happened, it hasn't been like the ones that we all put out there. Oh, they're gonna make this game, they're gonna make that game. Like, I always look forward, not backwards. So it's like, obviously they're gonna probably keep the Dirt franchise, they're gonna keep the F1 franchise. They might be creating a brand new racing franchise, or maybe a brand new game in general. Like Codemasters is known for racers.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure they want to do something besides racers. So and if they do a racer or two racers, I'm hoping that they branch out and do something else besides racers. Now that they have the backing, the financial backing, like when we look at, I'll use Microsoft for example. The studios that they purchased, they had their passion projects that Microsoft allowed them to make. So like, and this may be the same situation. I also noticed that I don't know who said this before, like all these smaller studios are getting bought up by bigger studios.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind what's going on right now. A lot of people aren't working, they're losing money in places, and they are putting themselves out on the market to get purchased now. And so like being picked up by a larger team to help with the financial backing is actually going to be more ideal going forward with the gaming industry. I mean, there's a lot of money made in the gaming industry, but if you have one flop, you have one flop, you spend a lot of money, you have that
can kill you.
Your business is done. Like, I mean, you're not making games for a while, or you're gonna have to break up and get rid of your studio. So I can see a lot of these smaller companies starting to align with some of the larger ones just to keep the money flowing. Which means when you pick up a company like this, they cut. They're not gonna keep everything exactly the way it is. Someone's gonna come in there and be like, we don't need that. We don't need that. We're not going to make this game anymore. We're going to do this. And so like, we have all these grand dreams of seeing all these old franchises coming back. And that's not necessarily going to be the case. They may just start from scratch with a brand new racer. And it's, cause like, you got like 5 fucking racers under one belt, so maybe they want to compete with the Forza. They want to compete with the Gran Turismo. You can't do that if you're making 5 racers. You need to make one good one instead of, 5 or 6 separate ones.
That's a great point right there, man. I didn't even think about it that way.
Yeah, I mean, like, I was looking at the list because I'm not really familiar with a lot of their games, but I was looking at the list of games like that's a racer. That's why, like, fuck, that's all they make is racers. Like, and I know they got some stuff back in the day. I'm like, how many fucking racers do you need from one company? And how successful are they if you have to make that many of them? I don't mean like sequels. I mean like different franchises. How many? K-Mega, how many? And put your controller down for a minute. How many?
All right.
How many franchises? How many franchises are under their belt? Racer franchises are under their belt.
Codemasters?
Yeah.
Probably about 20, 25, if not more.
Wow. No, like that's separate individual franchises, right?
A separate. Okay. Let me go back and I
was like,
check.
Shit. I know they got a lot of racers, but they ain't got that.
Okay, so you got F1, you got Dirt, you got Grid, you got Onrush, you got Micro Machines. Let's see. You have you said just racers. Okay, they got a lot of dirt. Damn.
Yeah, 5 of them.
they got one called Colin McRae Rally.
McRae.
Yeah. They got Let Me Be Country Toka Race something. I don't know what the hell that is.
Like they're just changing. They're probably just changing the names of the same games.
Right.
Colin McRae could be dirt.
There's Fuel, Race Driver, and then there's that's of course there was another Micro Machine. So about seven. And then they had F1 Race Star. So yeah, about anywhere from 7 to 9.
7 to 9. That's way too many racers. I mean, like this. Again, if Take-Two's buying them, I'm sure they're going. Okay, you're not going to see the Micro Machines again. We'll get that one out the way. Colin McRae's probably not going to be done again because they have dirt. It kind of fills that void. So I mean, out of all those racers, they'll probably keep 2, and do kind of like what Forza was doing. Like maybe a dirt racer and then maybe like a fun racer, like a Onrush or something like that.
We need Midnight Club back. We need Midnight Club back. I'm sorry, bro. We got
or even Midnight Club. But like, I mean, like they're gonna keep. I would say maybe 2, and then maybe use some of the assets from the racers in their other games, like like the
Dude, they have engines as well. They have game engines to build on as well. The
Well,
Onrush
remember
engine,
that's
stuff
what
like
Dirt
that.
is made off of, is that brand new engine that they built. So
Yeah.
that's a win right there. And then also one more for you guys, and I'm telling you, that was my shit, and that was Music Generator 1 and 2.
No.
Lord have
I know what the
mercy.
fuck that
I
is.
made a song called The Devil's Cut. Let's go before the alcohol came. Let's go. Cut.
Oh, man.
Back in '98, baby. Anyway, I'm done with that one.
I'd assume they probably keep about.
I want to
to
hear that now, K Mega. I want to hear.
Oh,
that.
it was hot. It was hot.
That'll be an intro for next week.
Yo, for real?
Yeah, yo, bro. People liked it. I ain't trying to brag about it or nothing, but people were dancing to it and shit. I was like, what? I felt like, oh, well, I want to be a DJ.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not. Seen it, man.
All right, I'm done.
All right, brother. All right. Hold on. We got to get to Dark on the whole Phil thing. So, no, Take Two Interactive. My bad. We already got his opinion on the whole Phil tweet. So, Dark, what do you think about this Take Two? First off, I got to know if you're a Midnight Club fan, and if you're gonna go into the camp with me and K Mega, say they gotta do Midnight Club again. It's a no brainer. This is why, this is a big reason why Take Two is throwing down $994 million. But I gotta know if you're a Midnight Club fan, and like, what do you think about this possible acquisition? Now, I do say possible because, again, sometimes these deals they can take a while, they can fall through, kind of like before they hit the finish line, all that good stuff. But what do you think about the promise or maybe the negative impacts here when it comes to Codemasters possibly going under Take Two, man?
The biggest negative here is that car racing games are niche.
Oh, I knew it. Forza isn't, though. Forza is not a niche game.
Forza is the most nichest fucking game to ever exist on the Xbox.
You are a horrible brother. Just want to let you know that.
Honestly, when I heard about it, man, I didn't care. Honestly, I was like, man, okay, more car racing games, cool, whatever. I mean, more power to you guys, that love that stuff. I just can't get into it, man.
What if they made it the Demon Souls of car racing?
I probably still wouldn't even play it, man. To be honest with you. Like, I just don't like car. Like, I'm not that big into.
Did you like Twisted Metal back in the day?
No, not really. To be honest.
Okay, all right. Wow, all right. You lost me now. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't like anything that has to, like, Destruction All Stars. I have no interest in it. Like, I'll probably just have it on my console just because it's free.
What about Mud Truckers?
No, definitely not.
Yeah, screw that game. I actually
shout out
played
to
it.
the Don. Shout out to the Don for
honestly,
that one.
No.
What I would like to see from Codemasters is, like, if they came out with, like, something that I enjoyed more, than the cars and stuff like that. But I know that they kind of dive more into car racing games and things like that. So
I feel like Dark drives a hoopty, and there you go.
I do. I drive a Gremlin, actually.
What?
Oh
I can picture that.
What?
And you got your skateboard in the back seat. Like, you only drive it like halfway, and then you just skateboard.
Am I with my mullet and my porn stash?
I'm getting
Always
a
gotta have
really
the
good
porn
picture.
stash.
I'm getting a real good picture of Dark Optimus right now.
That needs to be his avatar with a banana board on the top of his gremlin.
And my aviator sunglasses.
Damn, we got to talk to the Don about doing some graphics real quick.
And my sleeveless shirt.
Yes. Dude, there's nothing wrong with sleeveless shirts.
Okay, Bill Belichick,
There's
it's okay.
nothing
Jean
wrong
shorts.
with sleeveless shirts.
Jean shorts.
Honestly, that's the thing.
Crotch huggers.
I think honestly, like, I mean, I'm happy for Mega. Like, Mega, he loves car racing and fighting games. So, like, that's his thing. It's just not my thing. So, like, when I heard about it, I was like, oh, okay, cool. But are you guys gonna give me something that I want to play too, or are
No.
you just gonna do cars? If you just do cars, then that's fine. I mean, there's no, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, well, I wish Codemasters would made this game instead, or whatever. I'm not gonna be like that. I'm just gonna be like, oh, okay, well, they're doing what they do best, and that's cars. So, I mean, more power to Take-Two to pick them up, and if they make another Midnight Club, awesome for you guys.
All right, I got you, brother. I got you.
Who is the fraud that's showing the gameplay of Forza with the lines and using the rewind?
I saw that. I saw that. I was gonna say
Who's the fraud? Who is the fraud? There can only be one, but who's the fraud?
Wasn't me.
It's not my gameplay.
Wasn't me.
It's all I'm saying.
I don't do gameplay, so it's not me.
Not me.
They got the lines and the rewind. You're a Forza fraud. Get out of here.
It's not my gameplay. That's all I'm saying. No,
That's-
we'll go back to my gameplay.
I
real
think
quick.
it is. I mean,
We'll go
because
back
I
to
don't
my
use it.
gameplay.
It's-
I switched it over.
Who
I
else's
switched it over.
gameplay would it be?
Who's
I've
Yo,
never
guys.
submitted Forza. I've only submitted Need for Speed.
Guys, can we talk
so
about
it ain't
broken
me.
consoles though? Can we
talk
about broken consoles?
Bot, what has happened to you, man? What's going on?
No,
here?
that wasn't my gameplay. That's all I'm gonna say. I
I'm
crap
looking for a name too. I'm looking, dude. I was
I'm looking.
I crap gamered that gameplay for Series X.
There we
For the
go.
Series X podcast.
We already know.
All right. So, yo, check this out.
Ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna pull out some old. I'm just gonna play some Forza gameplay. So make sure you check it tomorrow night on GRG to show you how it's supposed to be done. I'm sorry. Don't ever disgrace the mighty Forza with lines or with the rewind.
Oh my goodness, yo,
Take your L on the road,
dude. Yeah. All right, yo, check this out, guys. I am a vapor. For over 3 years, I have not touched a cigarette. I started vaping, and just recently, I think it was yesterday, videos, at least a video came out where supposedly this Xbox Series X was quote unquote smoking, right? And if you saw the video, a huge plume of white. I don't even want to call it smoke because I believe that one was vape. There's been a couple videos, and there are some videos that are absolutely true, right? The one that a lot of people are trying to use with that thick white kind of like, well, I'm just gonna call it vape, coming off the top. I don't think that is real at all. I did look at it, and I worked at a vape shop for a year. Not only that, I was a big what they call cloud chucker. So like I used to do like cloud tricks and stuff like that. That is a thing for vapors, by the way. And there's certain things about vape is it sinks naturally because it's vapor. It's not smoke. It's literally it's liquid. Right, and it sinks. It's heavy. It's heavier than smoke, and it naturally sinks. And looking at the video that a lot of people are using with that thick white vape, a lot of it at the base, you can tell it was sinking, and it, like somebody either turned on the system, the fan, or something like that to push it straight up. But I'm gonna go to Crispy on this. Crispy. You know, people have been sharing Series X's in terms of problems with the disc trays, that the disc trays knocking and not the game discs not going in. That one video a lot of people are trying to share. There's also another video that I feel might be more realistic, which like what looks like smoke, a very small amount of smoke, but coming out of the top of the system. And the reason why I say it looks realistic, at first I thought they just kind of like they used the computer to try to put it in, put that kind of like light smoke in there. But I noticed as the screen for the TV changed color, the reflection on the smoke changed as well. And you would have to literally be working in special effects in Hollywood to get that effect done as naturally as it was. But Crispy, let me know what you think about like the people sharing kind of like that vape type picture or whatnot, and let me know what you think in terms of the Series X and kind of like the issues with the disc trays. Do you think this is going to be a wide ranging issue? Do you think that there's going to be a problem here in terms of manufacturing with the Series X, like moving forward, or do you think this is just the natural kind of like what they call the defect rate when it comes to electronics that come off an assembly line, a manufacturer's warehouse assembly line? There's always a certain percentage that just don't even work out the gate, or there's something wrong with them as they're getting pushed out, into the consumer's hands or whatnot. What do you think about this whole thing? Is there an issue here or not?
Not really. I mean, unless it becomes really widespread. You're talking to somebody that dealt with the red ring of death. That shit was real, bro. Like, it was like across like millions of consoles. Like, I don't know. Like, the vape thing is just. I mean, come on. Like literally, Xbox like, don't blow vape in your freaking Xbox. Like, it's water vapor, you dumb shits. Like, you're literally putting water vapor inside of your console.
It's not even water. It's vegetable. It's vegetable. It's vegetable oil, a type of vegetable oil, and something called propylene glycol, which is the stuff used in asthma inhalers for like albuterol and stuff like that, to kind of transmit the asthmatic medicine into the lungs. So that's pretty much what it is. It's like it's a form of vegetable oil. And that propylene glycol from inhalers. So it's not even water.
It sounds even worse. I mean, what are you doing? You just put a brand new console. Hey, let's trash it. Let's put a tweet out that something's coming out of the top, even though I blew it in there like a moron. Like, come on, like, dude, it's ridiculous. Like, look, there have been some people that have had issues with the consoles, but it's not like I'm sitting here constantly on Twitter or anything else and seeing people having a lot of issues. The whole point is that, yes, electronics have defaults. Like, they have problems. And it depends, because everything might be manufactured on an assembly line. That does not mean that everything comes out exactly the same. And that's the whole point. They actually say, like, some of the chips are a little different from the other. Like, they've told us this for God knows how long. I mean, years upon years. You know what I mean? That the things are different in each console, and it might not be substantial to your experience playing it, but it could cause problems. And I mean, we're seeing it on the PlayStation end too, and like I say to people, keep the same energy. With the
PlayStation, I think with the PlayStation, there is a kind of like a memory glitch, right? Can anybody on the panel explain what's going on? I know, Dark, you started talking about it off air. Can you explain what's going on with the PlayStation 5 and the kind of like the memory issue? There's like an error that pops up if you keep a game in standby for too long. Then they say it's a memory error and it has to like reboot the system.
It's having to do with people putting external, at least from what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, is that the external games are on a external hard drive and going to. But it's also there's two parts to this, okay? So bear with me. The external is having problems with games running from PS4 games running to the PS5, and it's kind of giving people error messages. And then the internal is having issues with corrupted data in the within the SSD. So it's two things. It's not like a huge problem yet. I think there's only maybe one or two people who have had their consoles actually die from it. It's just it's an issue, and that's the thing with these consoles. You're gonna have those issues when they're brand new. It's like same thing with you when you're buying a phone. You're just gonna have these issues. It's just gonna happen to
Yeah,
both sides.
there's a defect rate, and the thing about the
Yeah.
like the defect rate, I'm surprised more people out there either don't know or kind of they're ignoring that whole thing. Like they don't want to talk about it real quick. Now, I correct me if I'm wrong here, but the defect rate is usually somewhere like within 1 to 5%, and I believe the 360 with the red ring
Usually,
of death.
yes.
With the red ring of death, it got up to like 50%, which was
Yeah.
really bad.
Which is
Really
completely unusual. It doesn't happen very often. So, and it happened. Unfortunately, it happened to the 360. And honestly, even the original Xbox One had problems with the disc tray. So, you're gonna have these issues when you're buying something brand new that's just that's being mass produced. You're just gonna have that until they work out all the kinks. You're taking a risk either way on both sides.
Okay, I got you. Now going back to Crispy, because Crispy, you brought up the PlayStation 5 as well. So do you think this is going to be within normal parameters? Like I said, between 1 to 5%, or do you see any signs here? Besides that console war fanboy kind of like fuel for drama that goes on, is there anything that you're seeing right now that would make you think that there might be an issue? I'll let you know personally with me, the disc tray thing might be an issue. Down the road, and I know these companies. When it comes to gamers out there, a lot of them are all digital, so they're it might not be out there in kind of like known practice that the disc trays might be faulty or something like that. But I to me, I think that's the only potential right now in terms of anything that down the line and be like, damn, like we gotta either get a new disc tray and put that in our assembly line or something like that. But do you see anything here that would cause concern for you in terms of either the PlayStation 5 or the Series X? Because I haven't seen too much about the Series S in terms of anything in terms of defect rate or broken Series S systems or anything like that. But what do you think? Any concern that you got for both of these right now?
Well, me personally, I basically download everything now. So like the disc tray thing, it's one of those things like like I really don't care. And don't get me wrong, like in 360 era, I had the full Monty. I literally I bought what was it, Madden 14 or something, and literally I played it for a day. I popped it in the next day, and it decided to scratch the entire disc. So,
dude, I remember 360s. The 360, you would get that ring around your disc, and you'd be like, God damn it.
Yeah, so I bought. You know what I did? I bought a disc doctor, and it was like $70 or something, and it actually fixed it. Like I was able to play it. It was that. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't. Yeah, it was like Madden 10.
The disc doctor, is that the one with the hand crank that you would put it in and you would crank it by hand and kind of
No, it was there was two versions. The hand crank one was like $30, but
that's my speed right there, brother.
I opted for the mechanical one that just threw it through, and it was like, and it looked horrible. Like, dude, like when I pulled it out, I'm like, how is this going to work right now? And then it worked, and I'm like, okay, but like, that's why I'm more of like a digital person. It really comes down to that, like that experience alone. I'm like, well, if something like crazy happens and like somebody hacks the whole system and messes everything out, that is like, flying on a plane and having it crash type thing. You know what I mean? So I'm more like, might as well go with the lesser of two evils and just download everything. And, down the road when, memory starts, getting eaten up, that will be a problem. But hopefully, that external SSD will be much cheaper. I'm hoping for. But that's the point. Like, if you like your physical content, it might actually be an issue. And going on the memory side of PlayStation, I mean, that could be more widespread, because I actually thought they said that you shouldn't use an external hard drive on it.
Well, you can't
Or at least now.
you can't store PS5 games on an external, which you can like store Series X and Series S games on an external, and that's another thing that is a difference between kind of like Sony's consoles and Microsoft's consoles going into this new generation.
But I mean, being a hardware-based company, and it's probably a software type issue.
I was gonna say, the memory stuff I can see being fixed with like a firmware update or something like that, man.
Well, I mean, this is the problem that we have with Sony. Like, go ahead and say, like, hey, we're working on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, can we see that from them? Because I follow PlayStation, by the way. I don't just follow Xbox. I follow PlayStation, and I see nothing from PlayStation. Basically, like they basically.
Don't let him fool you, folks. He's the next bot.
I'm an Xbox,
and that's why he follows PlayStation
for a long time compared to some people. Just saying. I just don't have the trophies to prove it, because there were no trophies then. That you could thank Xbox for that.
Oh,
by
wow.
the way.
Wow.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, see,
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Dark knows, he could throw those little tidbits at, and I'll shut him down real quick. Like, let's go, baby. But yeah, it's going to be a problem for certain people on certain aspects of each console, and we have to all agree that, like, we can't sit there and just because somebody tweets it out or does something crazy like vaping in their console, and we should all like be like up in arms about it. Like, it's just crazy. See, he just vaped in his imaginary Series X.
I just guys, I just vaped in the One X, and it's smoking now. It's smoking. It's not turned on, but it's smoking. That's it.
I actually saw somebody put a joint in the fucking in the hard.
Yo, shout out to Anchorman. Anchorman, the way he positioned like it looked like a corncob pipe, like with his Series X, and he positioned it to where he's like my Series X has developed a habit. Like, shout out
Cheers
to
to you. That's what I love. Like that's pure, beautiful trolling.
That's entertainment, bro. It's straight entertainment right there. Yo, Predator, what do you think about these issues? Now I know you know about defect rate and stuff like that. What do you think about the video that was, people were trying to push yesterday when it came to the Series X? And I actually had to say something on one of those posts, being that, I know things about vaping, density of kind of like vapor clouds, stuff like that, to kind of say, that doesn't look like real smoke right there coming out of that, because that thing was really thick and dense. But what do you think about what's going on with the Series X? Some of the defects that we've seen, disc trays. I think some of the smoking ones could definitely be real as well. And then of course with the PlayStation 5, brick console, memory issues, kind of like a memory glitch going on there. Do you think that there's any cause for concern right now? Do you think it's too early? Which one would have you more kind of like concerned, man?
I think it's too early to be. Like you said, there's a failure rate for everything. And here's my fried motherboard story for you. It looked nothing like this on TV. So one of my first trips overseas, I had an Xbox that traveled with me, right, everywhere I went. I didn't know, I'd never been overseas before, that the voltages were different in certain things. So the voltage they use over there in Europe is 240. So I got like one of those little adapters. And the Xbox at the time, I think I got a US Xbox. I think it was doing, was it 120? and they were doing 240 over there. So, you know, I plug this thing in. I'm sitting there playing Madden for a few minutes. The next thing I know, I hear a pop, and then I start seeing smoke coming out of my Xbox, right? It looked nothing like the smoke we saw. Like, it was like a light little fizzle. It's like you're burning a piece of paper on a candle. That's how it came out like that. And I was like, oh, shit. I just fucking motherboard. And the smell.
Which Xbox was this?
I think it was a 360.
Sounds
it was a
about right.
360. And I was like, shit, I just fried this motherfucker. And I realized I needed to get a transformer when I travel overseas to play something like that. But I didn't know that at the time. But I know what a fried motherboard looks like. And the first thing I'm going to do is unplug this thing. I'm not going to grab my camera phone, you know, and start taking a video of it. That's how you knew it was already fucked. I'd be pissed. I spent $500 on something that's smoking. I'm not going to be like, oh, look at this, guys. Look at the power button. Look at it's plugged in. Look at this. Look at this over here. Like that's like you're doing that for clout. And that's what the guy did that for in the first place. So I do understand there's going to be a failure rate for some things. That's what happens when you're the first to get a console. You take that risk of having something break. That could be a phone, that could be a freaking graphics card or PlayStation, Xbox, or laptop, something. When it's new tech, sometimes things don't work right, and typically, they're gonna replace it. It's still under warranty. It's just, you know, they set aside.
One guy with the disk drive issue as well. He even said he reached out to Xbox, and they're sending him a new one and stuff. And just real quick, Albert G, the inside of the Series X isn't just, first off, the rubber bands that they use are really thick industrial rubber, but there's also screws holding shit together as well, dude. Don't act like they're using like, you know, your standard beige rubber bands, and they're just rubber banding the components together, man. It's not what they're doing, bro.
I know that Beat 'em Ups also had a issue with his Xbox Series X. He what was it? It was something about like it wouldn't work. Like it was just an issue.
Well, I've heard HDMI cable issues also. Yeah.
There's just so many issues. It's gonna happen. You know.
I've heard some people they just basically just swapped out the power cord and HDMI cable that they had from the 360. I'm sorry, the Xbox One X into it, and that caused an issue too. So I don't know. I mean, like there's gonna be issues out there, and like I said, they're gonna get replaced. And you know, as everyone got their PlayStations today, I'm sure we'll hear a couple of horror stories about the PlayStations the next couple of days too. So I mean, it's gonna happen. I think, you know, everybody is trying to go with that narrative that both of these consoles were running super hot, and like mine's been on since we've been on the podcast. I've been downloading games in like 10 minutes on like dark over there, and it's
hey man, I can't help it, man.
It's quieter than my PC, and I can put my hand over the top of it, and it's blowing out cold air. I'm not playing a game right now. It's kind of, I won't say it's an idle, but it's still downloading.
I mean,
but it's not. I'm not having any issues with the heat whatsoever. Like I don't hear this damn thing.
No, Erodimus, this is Stranger Things 3. It's on Game Pass. That's the gameplay that you're checking out right now.
Mine's on right now. I'm playing a game, and it's still pretty cool, and it's pretty warm in this room right now. So it stays pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's it. So
okay, all right, brother. I was just reading Christopher Hart. Yeah, you can take off that stand, and yes, underneath the stand there are screws holding components in place, Mr. Albert G.
You don't have to remove them to put it on its side or sit it upright. You just flip it over. There's no work in that. No Chris Hart.
All right, brother. Let's go to K Mega on this now. Mega, I'm pretty sure with, you know, kind of like there's certain groups that follow you on Twitter. I'm pretty sure they shared this video with you at some point in time, and you probably got it shoved down your throat a little bit, to be really honest with you.
You know what? Be surprising for the people. I mean, you have those ones that stays, you know, anonymous and be like, and have like 5 or 20 friends. Like, I'm like, Jesus, why are you even on social media if you can't even gather over at least 100 friends? But it's just like one of those things. It's like they'll throw that and they'll say something, it's whatever. I knew it was fake right off the bat that I seen. It's kind of like what Pred was saying. I told you the story about me burning my motherboard. That ain't the type of thing. That wasn't the same smoke that I seen coming out of my motherboard when I fried it. So, I've been through this situation with the Xbox, with PlayStation, even the Dreamcast. I think I had a problem with one of the Dreamcasts that I had.
Dude, the Dreamcast, you know what my issue was with the Dreamcast?
What?
The controller ports, the 4 controller ports.
Yeah.
Like one would fry out and I would have to go to like second player, and then second player would fry out and I'd have to go to third player. Like,
and your VMUs were that crazy and stuff like that. So this has been something that I've been through ever since I got into gaming, except for the classic NES that still goes strong. And even, I guess, for the most part, the Wii still works. The Game Boy, I got a Game Boy Color right here next to me. It still works. It's just one of those things where it just happens. I told you guys how many PlayStation 1s I went through. Shout out to my homeboy that worked at KB Toy Store, and how many I had to exchange. I went through tons of. I wouldn't go through that many PlayStation 2s. Maybe about 4 or 5. And I went through about maybe 7 360s. So with the Red Ring of Death. So what I'm saying, because I would do it the cheap way. Like I bought 2 of them. I bought one for me and my son. They both caught the Red Ring of Death, but I only could get one back because I only had a warranty for one. So I gave that one to my son, and so then I went to the pawn shop and then got one. And then, thinking I'll just hustle this, and then it would catch the Red Ring of Death. So I had to go to the pawn shop again and try to. So I went through quite a bit of them, and then later on I bought extra ones, because my family got extended. So, and then those had problems. So this is just what. And then like also with my Xbox One, the first thing that went out was the disc tray. So, and me personally, I think, and you can think it's malicious or not. I think personally that Xbox was trying to kind of, hey, you know what? You don't need this disc. You can still buy these games digital, and that's what kind of got me to start buying more digital games. And now I'm not ever going back. I even when I'm crazy enough to buy NBA 2K or Madden, even though that they're going to be coming back next year, I still buy them digital because it's just the convenience. I don't care. I don't get back any of that money, or I get back very little when I take those games back to GameStop. So I'm like, what's the hell is the point? I know that you can probably go and put it on eBay, but then you have thousands upon thousands of those games out there, so you'll miss out. So it just, or Facebook or Craigslist, whatever. So to me, it's just kind of like, I'm just going to buy it and hope one day that these guys will have a digital sale, and then I could just get rid of all the older games that I have, and at least kind of recruit to at least make enough to where I can pay and give me another game. But these things happen. Overall, for me saying all this, these things happen. I'm not tripping on either side. I know that there's going to be some glitches. The one thing that I look at it from a positive is just make sure that you get your warranty extended. I've seen so many people that just went with that 1-year warranty, and then they complain and they bitch when you had the option to buy a 2 to 4 to 5 year warranty, and you can still do that even after after you buy a console and you don't have the money to extend that warranty. They still give you, I think, about 90 days to extend it, so you can go ahead and do that and save the investment and then send that off and get it back. Microsoft is not going to bullshit when it comes to you getting your console right. It was just like when my X1 messed up. After I went through the crazy stuff through Amazon just to go and get an X1, and then it messed up, I came back. I ain't never had another problem with it. So even if your console messes up, best believe PlayStation and Microsoft is going to take care of you, and you're going to get it. So I would say if your consoles mess up here early, you're in luck, because they'll make sure that your system is going to be completely solid. So I'm not worried about it at all.
My only issue is that I got mine directly from PlayStation, so
Mhm.
I don't know if there is an extended warranty or
Well,
not.
you can. Well, you can all. Oh, now that's yeah. See, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to think. See, no, I always have to go to the store. I always have to get it off of a retailer so I can make sure that I get that extended warranty. Because Sony will try to shortchange you any way that they possibly can. But I would call and ask them because normally, like with Sony televisions, you can still call and get your. I know with my Sony television that I got, my Bravia, I
Mhm.
extended the warranty on that. So you would think that they would still do the same thing with the PlayStation 5. You would hope so, but damn, if you
Right.
can't, that's cold blooded.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, but yeah, but no, but I know Xbox don't want to ever have that situation of the red ring of death, and they'll take care of you. There's not been, I mean, they did that exchange for both of my consoles, that messed up on the X1
Dude,
Fat when it
you know
messed
what
up with
was
the disk
funny?
drive. They send that. I mean, it was just 3 days. I thought I had to wait a couple. Man, they were like, no, because they had that special thing to where if you turn in that Xbox, they would immediately send you another Xbox. And so they sent me that other Xbox, and then they asked me, did I want my old Xbox back, or did I want to keep the Xbox that I had? I said, look, this is working fine, so I'll just keep this.
I'll keep this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just keep that one. So, but yeah, but go ahead, man.
But no. One thing that was funny about the red ring, because I thought I had the red ring like 5 times, 5
Mm-hmm.
separate times, and you know what it was? If the back wire, the cable that connects to the TV, remember they had the thick gray wire that plugged into the system.
Yeah.
If that wasn't completely in, it would mimic the red ring. You see what I'm saying? And I
Well,
actually,
I could have been exchanging shit for no reason,
yeah,
but
yeah.
and one thing that Fred said too was that makes a lot of sense. You know what? It's really weird about those power cords with Xbox because there was times that I've had issues and then I had to call Xbox and say, "Hey, man, what's going on?" They said, "Well, like that's when I first heard don't plug up your Xbox into a surge protector. Just plug it into a wall because it has a surge protector itself in it." So I did that, and I haven't had any problems with an Xbox again because they would do some funky stuff. So yeah, I can see people being lazy, not want to get back there, pull them wires apart, and then just say, "Hey man, this cord looks the same way," and then next thing you know, bloof, just got issues. So make sure that you plug in everything that comes into that box. Don't shortcut it at all with both consoles.
Okay. All right, I got you, brother.
And get extended warranties. Even if you can't get it day of, make sure that you know that you got 60 to 90 days to get another one so you can say it so you protect yourself.
All right. Well, extended warranties are extra money as well. And there are some poor folk in the world, but I definitely see what
Bro,
you're saying.
I'm a penny there, but you know what I'm saying? But shit, if you can't spend, you know, 60
60, 70
bucks, like I
bucks.
mean
It's
shit, if you
between
buying
60, 70
cigarettes,
bucks.
McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? Pornhub or whatever. I mean shit, you can go ahead and
There's
you can
something
sit
you
there
can
and spend
say
that
is
Fred's
what
60
you're
to
trying to
90
say.
dollars. I mean, yeah,
OnlyFans right there, man.
OnlyFans, you know what I'm saying?
10 bucks a month.
So yeah, buy pictures for you know what I'm saying for you to put on a MySpace or whatever. Listen,
MySpace.
you're doing great. GitHub and you if you got money to do all that shit, then you definitely got enough money to save your ass and make sure that you got a warranty, so you don't even have to worry about waiting for a console to come back to you. You can just drop that bitch off in the store and just walk right back out with another one.
Yeah.
Man, he said MySpace, yo. I'm
Bro,
sorry.
you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man. Yeah. People be spending extra money on some wild shit. You buying cigarettes, you buying liquor, you buy all whatever. Everybody pays a little extra for some shit, but if you
Yeah,
think
you had to
ahead of
go at
that,
me like that, didn't you? Huh?
so yeah, I had to I mean, you spend what? I don't know, $7 to $10 a pack or some shit. I don't smoke, but I know people who do. And then you got your weed, dude. You got all types of shit that people be spending their little money on. So I mean, you can go ahead and spend that little change to get you at least a 2-year extended warranty, man.
Some people got to medicate, K-Mag. Come on, man.
Man, your gaming is supposed to medicate you, sucker. Go ahead and get that
Yeah,
done.
no, some people rage when they
what you
game,
talking
though,
about?
like, I don't-
Me trashing you on MK11? Is that what you're
I haven't
saying?
seen you yet. You know what? The DLC comes out, and we will be doing on Fight Night.
I work Monday mornings. So
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
We can
Here
do
we
Fight
go.
Night a little early. I can
no
move it to
life.
8 o'clock.
Sounds creative. If y'all keep switching up topics.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm done. I'm just saying, Fight Night Sunday, man, Mortal Kombat. So if you want some, come and get it. Anybody welcome.
He wants that sweat, yo.
Oh my goodness. Yo, Dark. What do you think about these defects, brother? Do you think it's something that are you concerned about it on either side? Is there anyone that like you're thinking might potentially be like more of an issue as we go further on, or do you think that these are all just kind of like your typical defect rates, new electronics coming out or whatnot? What are your thoughts, bro?
I think I'm more concerned with my extended warranty than this.
After listening to K Mega, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah,
man.
I know. I'm like, oh shit, son of a bitch. Honestly, man, this stuff is gonna happen. You gotta realize like you got a new console, it's inevitable. And it's gonna be a small amount. It's not gonna be like a huge amount of people who are gonna have these issues. It could be a couple thousand. It could be even into the 100,000. Like it could be that big. But in the grand scheme of things, like how many consoles are out there? You got to think about that. Like, oh, there's millions of consoles out there. It's not that big. It's big for those people that either didn't get an extended warranty or just just got their console and it's already not working. That sucks, but at least these companies are going to work with you to try to get these consoles back out to you. Especially I think Sony has at least a year warranty on their consoles. So, yeah. And I think
good.
Xbox. I think Xbox has the same or a little bit more.
Yeah, it's the same. Just quickly, I just wanted to. Somebody asked, "Do Xbox have an extended warranty?" And yes, they do. They say, Xbox to extend the Xbox warranty, just go to your Microsoft store or call an agent, and you have 45 days from when you purchased that Xbox to extend that warranty.
Yeah,
can that agent be of the secret variety, or? Because when I heard you call an agent, I was like, secret agent, man. That was the first thing I thought of.
Well, you can go to a Microsoft store, but I mean,
you can't.
Yeah. You can't. So, I mean, it's shut down. So you got to call an
agent.
There's
a Microsoft store in Connecticut still.
Oh, okay. I think they're all going out here in Oklahoma, so I think they're going.
Dude, you only had one to begin with. What are you talking about?
Shit, we had 4. Yeah.
Yeah, it's this thing is inevitable. You're gonna have those issues. That's basically it.
Yeah, and it's good to know. All right, it's good to know.
For sure. Yeah.
Especially for people who are coming in on like round 2, round 3, as like the stores are getting more of these products for the consumers to buy or whatnot. Now we know certain things to look for. Me personally, I'm more digital, but I get a new system, I'm gonna throw a disc in there just to make sure the disc tray works, stuff like that. But until until the numbers start kind of like increasing, and they get above 5%, and there's more and more consoles out there, we can't really say that there's an issue. So of course, people are gonna use it for their whole console war drama and to try to throw shade at the console that they don't like because it has this company's name on it or that company's name on it. But, we won't know until kind of like later on down the line. So, again, what K Mega said, what happened?
So apparently you can get a warranty on PlayStation through PlayStation Direct as well for anybody who has a PlayStation through them. you can actually get a warranty on their website. I think it's up to 4 years that you
Oh
can get.
damn.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I
Four,
kind of figured.
yeah,
I mean, if you
how
can
much
put their
is that?
TVs
How
and other
much is
products,
that
you
for
think.
4 years? Yeah, that's got to be.
How much? Probably maybe about. I would say about maybe at the most 200.
yeah, at least, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I say at the most. They're not that expensive. They're really not.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah, I
usually
mean,
like,
I'm gonna look into getting an extended warranty because
it's usually a certain percentage anyways.
Mhm,
So,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
usually, so like, let's say you pay 500, it's probably like between $40 and $60, I would say. So,
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't necessarily trust Sony's customer service just because things I have seen other people go through with them. So Dark, unfortunately, the only thing I would trust more like the GameStop and stuff
Yeah, but
like that, man.
I
But
can't get
yeah,
it.
no,
I can't get
I
it.
feel for you on that one, man.
I can't get an extended warranty through them. I have to get it through PlayStation. So.
I definitely feel for you on that one, bro. I really do, man, because I don't trust Sony's customer service as far as I can throw that whole division, to be really honest. People
no,
have been
the console.
wow. I can
Oh wow.
I can bench 4 PS5s, man. Trust me, I can.
Boy, you bench that PS5, man. You come out, man, about 6 months, you're gonna be looking like The Rock.
You're gonna look jacked.
Jack, bro. Oh man.
Well,
It's
That's
true.
coming from the man that has it too. There you go.
Yeah.
he curls it every night now. He just curls it with each arm, does a couple reps.
That is definitely my workout every night. Is just curling my PS5 and brushing my mustache at the same time.
Yeah, at the same time, he's multi-talented, people. Yo, guys,
It's like rubbing your belly. There you go.
wow.
I don't know how to curl and rub my belly and brush my mustache all at the same
All right,
time.
this already went 2 miles too far. But guys, I think that's pretty much it for now. There was a couple other topics, man. I might cover them, live videos throughout the week, stuff like that. But we definitely hit the main topics. Shout out to the chat, all you guys. Jesse is here. What is up, Jesse? Good to see you, bro. Shout out to all you guys hanging out with us. Again, some surprises tonight when it came to like talking about the new consoles. Basically, the one who came through for you guys was Dark Optimus, and he came through with the PS5 digital. So, shout out to you, Dark. I think you're gonna get the MVP for tonight, man. You were the most valuable panel member when it came to the next gen consoles and actually playing them, Predator. But no, I think we had an awesome show. Shout out to everybody in the chat, and of course shout out to the panel. But like a 40-year-old with a comb over, it is time to get those plugs in, and I'm gonna start with the man who used to want to go first all the time, my brother Predator. What is going on with you, bro, man? Why don't you let people know, where they can go to talk games with you? You can let them know your Xbox gamer tag, but you're always on the PC now, so I don't even know why you would do that.
I can still play on PC to my Xbox server.
Oh, okay. So there's still a reason. So you can let people know about that, where they could go to talk games with you, and if there are any other announcements, if you're going to be on any other shows, anything like that. Now is the time, brother.
Predator, Space, H2OS, pretty much everywhere, Xbox, PlayStation, and on Steam. And you guys can catch me on Yahoo groups. Later on, I guess that's a new one.
You can catch Fred at your
so.
nearest AA meeting. He's there as well.
Yeah, I'll be there too.
Yeah.
AA's for quitters.
Oh wow.
That's it. I'll be playing a bunch of Assassin's Creed, trying to knock this game out this weekend, and I can start playing around my Xbox. I'll start talking shit.
Nice, brother. And Crispy, we all know you're on multiple shows, man. You got to do it. You got to go through like a professional. You got to let people know what other shows you're on throughout the week. If you want to share your gamer tag, if you want, anything like that, anything you want to announce, man, you know it, bro. Now's the time.
Blah 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 blah. No.
Blah blah blah
Yeah,
blah. Subscribe.
So next show I will be on is Retro Renegades Tuesday nights 7 p.m. and you can find me here on the next podcast 7 p.m. Thursday nights, and usually I'm on Breakfast with Boom Friday 10 a.m. and yes, of course, you can follow me on Twitter. It is at CrispyBomb28 or at CrispyBomb. Sorry, CrispyBomb28 is the Xbox Live gamer tag. Sorry, get it mixed up once in a while. And yeah, hit me up.
Nice, nice, brother. My West Coast brother, the MVP for tonight, coming through with actual playing on next gen consoles. Dark Optimus, bro. Dude, you like I said before, you got a rhythm to this whole outro thing, man. Why don't you let people know? Why don't you let them hear the rhythm and how you say what you need to say in terms of your outro, bro?
Hey, you guys can find me on Twitter at Dark Optimus. You can also find me on Xbox and PlayStation at the same name. And the Crap Gamer curse is real. The Predator's OnlyFans is the missing link. K Mega is the Loch Ness monster. And Crispy is the Jersey Devil. And
Oh,
Xbot
wow.
is just a big old baby. That's all he is.
Big old baby. my OnlyFans is big old baby.
Big old baby.
Yeah, I get a weird audience there, man. I'm just letting you know that. But dude,
Yeah.
I love how you wrap that missing link, Loch Ness monster, Jersey Devil. That was beautiful, man. You hit a trifecta there, and I think that was all at the top of your head, man. That was awesome.
It was, as you can see that I was stuttering through it, so you know.
Nice, brother. Nice. And of course we got to go to my brother K Mega coming live from the 405, and it is Thursday, and I'm still not used to having GRG come out a day after next podcast, but you got to let people know about GRG, your YouTube channel. What you're planning on streaming, where you're planning on streaming it on, all that good stuff, brother.
Yes, indeed. The GRG podcast will be live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Hope you guys come and join and check us out, man. Thank you for everybody who was checking out the GRG last week. That was great. Also, man, I'm so excited. I can't wait for Saturday. But I have to say, I went on a big baby spree, and I told my wife beforehand, once this whole situation was going to come down, I was like, look, forgive me, because the money I'm going to spend is not going to be funny. So, just forgive me. So if you ask me for money for bills or anything, they ain't going to happen. I'm doing it all for the love of gaming. What'd you say?
I was on it too. I was about to say something.
Is that why she's been asking Pred?
No.
Oh my God, damn! Well, you know what? To be honest with you, I mean, it was his wife that sit there and bought me some of these games. I just want to read a list to you, Pred, just to make sure you check her ass for this insolence. So, matter of fact, you know what I'm saying. So, matter of fact, let me just put this: Pred's wife got me these games: Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War, Cyberpunk, the Tekken Season Pass 4, Prince of Persia.
An Xbox on time.
You know what? I'm upset about that. Your wife is cheap. I chose the wrong one. Anyway, and Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Mortal Kombat the Pack 2, so where it's crispy, you can bring your tired ass and get your ass beat again. Shaq Fu, because that was on sale, and then I picked up UFC 4. Because I've never really played that shit, and I showed a clip of me getting my ass whopped. You know what I'm saying? Getting my ass whooped. So it is a very tough game, but it seems like there's a lot of potential. But man, I am so excited for gaming, and also bought Miles Morales. So
nice.
You know what? So it's just one thing about it's a celebration for gamers.
Hey, Mega, who had the longest streak that night, mother trucker?
Oh, you didn't play me after that. You sit there and you was avoiding me for some reason. I don't know what happened.
Matter of fact,
Yeah. Matter of fact,
It's called. I have to do a job the next morning.
Yeah. Because
I ain't about to stay up with y'all until
It's
2
more like
o'clock
all
in the
chicken
morning.
ass shit.
Yeah. He's talking about a streak, but he sit there and I beat him more than he beat me, and the beatings that I gave him
No.
was thorough. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Come
I started
someday,
with you. Bro.
yeah, you started with me and you ended with me getting your ass beat.
I
You
said
went
to
to bed
them,
after that
Bach,
good ass whooping.
Bach got when I was raiding, and there you go. And I beat you. The same
Okay. I
amount
mean,
of time you beat me.
that fight night is still in the archives, ladies and gentlemen. You can go. That was about a month ago.
Yeah,
You
by
So
all
look it
means.
yeah, the archives
By
is
all
true.
means, put it up.
See
You might be surprised at what
Please,
you're just
Crispy,
saying.
Wow.
the invite is there. We will be playing Mortal Kombat 11 Sunday night plus other games. So come and join us if you want to play some fighting games. It doesn't matter if you're a novice like Crispy or if you're a superior fighter like anybody else that's in there. So whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying, Crispy, I advise you to bring your
So
girl.
the novice beat all the superior fighters. Then is that what you're
Hey,
saying?
bro, you beat me, I think, twice, 3
I
times,
beat
and I
you
beat you
3
5.
times, and you
I
beat me
beat
3
you
times,
5,
bro.
and I beat you
guys,
5.
yo, guys, this is true gamer conversation
I
going
love
on
it.
right
I
now,
love
man.
it. I love it. But people gotta go. People gotta go. Don't you got turkeys to throw, sucker?
Like,
I got
turkeys
things
to
to do.
throw. He said
I
throw.
got games to play, but I got an actual job.
He said he got
You're
turkeys to
right.
throw.
You're right.
Yeah, I just pictured
Fred-
Crispy.
while
Somebody
Fred's already
throws
down
the
the
turkey
game, I
at
love
him,
it.
and then he just cuts it in half through
Yes.
midair.
Yo, I
Is
just
that what
pictured
he
Crispy in a grocery store just chucking turkeys like down aisles,
does?
man. Like,
He
And
might
then
be.
somebody cuts it in midair.
Damn
Yeah.
straight.
I can see Crispy doing some dirty shit, cutting the package
Whoa.
open so that dirty ass mangy beard could just flow inside of the.
No,
You know what I'm
You're taking the turkey necks and giblets out of it.
Yeah, I know, right?
I think my whole face.
Yo, chat, you guys don't see it, but I am just
Oh,
shaking my
man.
head no at these guys right now.
Oh man,
yo, thank you
Great
guys.
show, man. I love these dudes, man. Good shit, man.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Another Thursday in the books, another episode of the next podcast. If you haven't done it yet, definitely hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe. This is the home of the next podcast and the Series X podcast. But not only that, I will be giving you guys more live content, whether it's live game streaming, live news videos, all that good stuff. So definitely tune in to this channel. Shout out to all the supporters. And shout out to all the members. I got like 3 or 4 new members this past week. And you guys are absolutely amazing, man. Yo, guys, I would love to make this my job. That would be a great goal. Just 40-hour a week, in terms of revenue, stuff like that. And you guys are helping me get there slowly but surely. And that's the way the growth has been on this channel, and it's all thanks to you guys, man. The support has been absolutely incredible. The support from this panel right here, my family members over here, my brothers, as usual, has been absolutely awesome. Yo, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, for sticking with me throughout the years. And there's a lot more. There's a lot more coming to this channel. There's a lot more I have planned.
Your ass get too big, I damn sure gonna be coming over like, hey man, that portion, bro. Hey man.
Yeah, I can't be doing this. I can't be doing this for free no more, brother.
Hey bro, hey man, you what? You doing this for a living now? Oh bro, no, man.
Came and get this mang. That's how you
Hey,
know
man.
he's country.
Hey, man.
Yeah, hey man.
Yo, man.
Hey,
Mang.
Yo, man, where my
What up,
cut at,
man?
man? Hey, man,
Where that turkey at, man? Let's go.
Yo, it's down.
I got all the
That's that,
turkeys
man.
for you, bro.
That turkey is down aisle 7 right now. It's down aisle 7, yo.
Yeah, I'm throwing them across aisle 7 too, by the way.
But yo, again, thank you guys for hanging out with us, man. Really do
Oh,
appreciate it. Until next time, yo, we will see you guys next week for the next podcast. Have a great night, everybody.
Peace.
Yo, man.
Later.
Yo, man.
Hey man. Hey man.
Where my cut, man?
Turkey neck, man.
Yo, yeah.